This man was reborn into a new world where supernatural abilities awakened. But the ability he awakened was the trashiest kind of all. A low-tier, weak lightning power. So pathetic even his classmates mocked him. He was so helpless that even the school beauty had to step in and protect him. But on the day before the exam, he awakened a legendary M-class ability. The talent was called something like Heavenly Beauty Judgment. Just moments earlier in Senior Class 5 of Jiangchung's second high school, several bold words were written across the blackboard one day: left until the unified exam. Their homeroom teacher, Chen Fan, said the exam was almost here. 20 years of bitter study had all been for this moment. Those taking the academic track should go home tonight and check that all their stationery was ready. Those taking the martial track must prepare their battle suits and weapons. I will stress this one last time. The martial college entrance exam carries a real risk of death. Anyone whose awakened ability is below Earth grade is not advised to choose the martial track. Hearing this, Xu Jingming sighed, thinking the teacher was clearly talking about him. But what no one knew was that he had actually transmigrated here. This world was called Blue Star, and its technology was roughly the same as in his previous life. But here, terrifying bloodthirsty beasts existed, along with awakened ability users who could fight them. Everyone could awaken an ability at 16. The types of abilities were wildly varied, and their quality differed greatly. According to Blue Star's rating system, abilities were divided into 9 ranks. Most people could only awaken powers from F rank to D rank, yet his ability was only weak lightning, barely stronger than a stun baton. Just as he was sinking into worry, someone suddenly slapped his desk and said, "Xu Jingming, Mr. Chen made it that obvious. You are not still planning to take the martial exam, are you? With that useless, low-tier ability of yours, you would only embarrass the school. You might as well obediently choose the academic track. After graduation, you can work some tiny office job at my family's company and barely scrape together a living." But before he could finish, Lin Qingyuan pointed at him and snapped, "Huang Tian, worry about yourself." Huang Tian gave a cold snort and said, "Lin Qingyuan, I will show you in the unified exam who the real best student is. As for that fragile little Xu Jingming, he will only die in the exam grounds." After he left, Lin Qingyuan comforted Xu Jingming and said, "Do not take his words to heart. Everyone has their own worth. Changing your application to the academic track and spending your life safely in the city would not be so bad, would it?" Looking at the application form, Xu Jingming knew that higher education in the Great Sha Kingdom was divided into academic and martial tracks. Those with low-ranked abilities or those lacking confidence in battle could choose the academic track where knowledge was tested and live as ordinary people. But those who chose the martial track had to enter a designated zone during the unified exam and fight fierce beasts with their lives on the line. Only after passing could they enter an ability user university, then train for years under academies and mentors before breaking beyond the unranked state. In the end, they could become true ranked ability users with real power. Deep down, he understood it all. The teacher and Lin Qingyuan were worried that something might happen to him if he took the martial unified exam. But in a world filled with danger, even if he avoided the deadly martial exam, he could never avoid the beasts that might invade at any moment. His parents, in this world, had died in a beast tide. He refused to face something like that again in the future, with no power to fight back. With that thought, he said outright, "I am still choosing the martial exam." In the blink of an eye, school was over, and Xu Jingming had returned home. Through the window, he could be seen training relentlessly, a long spear gripped in his hands. Blue lightning crackled all over his body. Before long, Xu Jingming was gasping for breath and muttered, "I am exhausted," then collapsed onto the floor with a thud. "I cannot train anymore. Ever since my ability awakened, I chose the long spear as my weapon. After 2.5 years of practice, my mastery is still stuck at the beginner level. Still, the spear technique combat manual I bought for 300,000. Lightning Gale Break makes up for it a little and lets me stand above most ordinary first-rank awakeners. But in the martial exam, the death rate for students below the lower ranks has been rising every year. If I want to enter an ability user university, I have no choice but to risk my life." Just then, a blue panel suddenly appeared before his eyes. System activating. Xu Jingming's eyes went wide, his face filled with shock. System activated successfully. Claim novice gift pack. Could this be the legendary cheat every transmigrator gets? System, what is inside the gift pack? The system then told him the novice pack contained an S-rank ability and 200 ability points. The moment he saw S-rank ability, Xu Jingming was completely stunned because even in a major nation like the Great Sha Kingdom, one might only appear every 3 or 4 years. And once one appeared, the top ability user universities would fight fiercely over them, pouring endless resources into their growth. They would be trained all the way into peak experts. I never thought a useless, first-rank nobody like me would get a chance to defy fate. Thinking this, Xu Jingming reached out without hesitation and chose to claim the novice gift pack. Claim successful. 200 ability points have been received. S-rank ability, Ziqiao Divine Thunder, now being issued. As the system notification rang out, a current of electricity wrapped around Xu Jingming's heart. The system continued announcing the progress, 10%. At that moment, his entire body was like a ball of lightning, constantly discharging in every direction. 20%. 30%. Then, with a loud bang, the windows of his home were shattered by the surging electricity. A child downstairs saw it and asked, "Mom, is that Big Brother's family exploding?" When the neighbors noticed, they realized something had happened to the Xu family's boy and hurriedly called the fire department. Meanwhile, Xu Jingming was screaming, "It hurts so much!" 50%, 60%, 70%. At that moment, everyone nearby was talking about how the sky had suddenly gone dark. In the next second, a giant dragon, wreathed in lightning, slowly emerged from the dark clouds. Even the commander of the military district gasped, "What terrifying thunder! I can feel some kind of crushing pressure. Is a powerful, lightning-type fierce beast about to invade pass down my order? Put Jiangcheng's 3rd Legion on high alert." At the same time, that terrifying thunder force roared straight towards Xu Jingming's location, and in the next instant, it slammed heavily into his body. 80%, 90%, 99%, 100%. Ability evolution complete. As the system's notification sounded, the lightning around Xu Jingming slowly faded. Feeling the vast power inside his body, he murmured, "So this is the S-rank ability, Ziqiao Divine Thunder. It is nothing like that stun baton power from before. A single strike could blow a person apart. But this commotion was way too huge. Luckily, I managed to control it a little just now. Otherwise, this training room would not have been the only thing destroyed. If I had known, I would have claimed it outside." Right. The novice gift pack also gave me 200 ability points. What are these used for? The moment he tapped on them, the system told him that ability points could be earned by killing fierce beasts, and spending those points would allow him to raise his level. In other words, he could check his current ability points and upgrade options directly on the system panel. Seeing this, Xu Jingming gave a low laugh and said, "This is exactly the kind of simple, brutal cheat I like. Open the system panel. Name Xu Jingming. Level awakened unranked. Ability Ziqiao Divine Thunder S rank. Physique 121. Vitality and Spirit 140. Skills Spearmanship beginner level. Lightning Gale Break beginner level. Ability points 200. Looking at the panel, a confident smile appeared on Xu Jingming's face. The unified exam is tomorrow, so I have to spend these 200 ability points where they matter most. Anything that can raise my combat power is worth investing in. System start adding points. The man originally planned to head to a martial arts hall to test his strength, but he never expected that one casual strike would nearly tear the place apart. Just moments earlier, Xu Jingming had thought to himself, at its core, inability comes from a person's physique and spirit. Then I should strengthen these two basic attributes first. As the numbers kept rising, waves of increasingly powerful aura surged from Xu Jingming's body. Seeing this, he could not help but marvel. So this is what it feels like when vitality and mental power improve. Then he clenched his fist, took a stance, and prepared to test it. With one punch, even the air filled with electric light crackling sharply all around him. Once his basic attributes improved, both his combat techniques and control over his ability received a matching boost. His two basic attributes each rose by 20 points, meaning one ability point corresponded to about 0.2 vitality or spirit. With my current strength, getting into an ability user university should be more than enough. I just do not know among the 700,000 plus candidates in Jiangnan province where I would rank or how I compare to those geniuses who have been taught by famous masters since childhood. Thinking this, he kicked up his long spear and thought, I will know the exact numbers once I test them at the martial arts hall. But in the next second, the door was suddenly kicked open. A group of firefighters rushed in with water hoses in their arms. We received an emergency call saying there was a fire here. Hearing this, Xu Jingming explained, it was probably just a fluctuation caused by my ability training. Everything is fine now. After hearing Xu Jingming's explanation, they finally breathed a sigh of relief. So that is what happened. Emergency cleared pack-up. Such a huge commotion. And it was only caused by a student practicing his ability. The younger generation really is frightening. Once he went downstairs, the neighbors all asked with concern, Xiaoming, are you all right after that fire just now? Xu Jingming smiled and said, I am fine. Uncle Yang, it has already been handled. Good as long as you are safe. Judging by your look, are you heading to the martial arts hall? You really work hard. The college entrance exam is tomorrow, yet you are still training. In this world, if awakened people wanted to advance into true ability users, they had to train their physique and spirit while increasing the power of their abilities. Because of that, martial arts halls offering training grounds and lessons came into existence. After all, not every family could afford a private training room. The two most famous chain martial arts halls in the Great Sha Kingdom were Thunder and Tyrant Bear. Tyrant Bear Martial Arts Hall, with an annual fee of 100,000, was suited for students from wealthy families, while only Thunder Martial Arts Hall was free for high schoolers. As soon as Xu Jingming entered the martial arts hall, he saw a familiar figure. It was none other than his cousin, Tang Chi. He walked over and said, "Sister Chi, what brings you to Thunder Martial Arts Hall too?" When she said she had come with a friend, Xu Jingming did not ask further. "I see, then you two go ahead. I am heading to the training hall." Watching Xu Jingming leave, Tang Chi felt something was off. This guy seemed different from before. Xiaoya beside her asked curiously, "Chi-Chi, who is that? He is pretty handsome." Tang Chi told her, "That is Xu Jingming, my cousin. Like us, he is also a senior in high school, and he is taking the exam tomorrow." Just then, a boy walked over and said, "Why are you asking so much, Xiaoya? Got a crush already?" Xiaoya admitted it outright. "Exactly. With looks like that, as long as his strength is not too bad, taking him out as my boyfriend later would make me look pretty good right now." But Tang Chi immediately poured cold water on her hopes. "I am afraid you will be disappointed. The ability he awakened is only a weak first-rank one." The boy was surprised and said, "He still dares to take the martial exam with a first-rank ability. That takes guts." But Tang Chi sighed and said, "So what if he has courage? The risk is just too high. I would rather he did not take the martial exam at all." Seeing the mood grow colder, Xiaoya grabbed Tang Chi's arm and said, "All right, let us not talk about that. Did we not come to Thunder Martial Arts Hall for a tour?" Tang Chi thought Xiaoya had a point. "I spent all 3 years of high school at Tyrant Bear Martial Arts Hall. This is my first time at Thunder. Relaxing before the college entrance exam is good for both body and mind. Come on, let us go." Meanwhile, Xu Jingming had already arrived in the testing room. Holding his weapon, he felt the spear had become lighter. Or rather, maybe it was because his physique had grown stronger. But the unified exam is tomorrow, so there is no time to find a more suitable weapon. First, I will test my peak strength without using my ability. Then, Xu Jingming slowly exhaled, gripped the long spear with both hands, and thrust forward in a flash. In an instant, the metal target rang with a bang as his spear pierced into it. The reason he dared to strike it directly with a weapon was because Xu Jingming knew the entire training unit was forged from beginner-grade skill metal. As long as the attack stayed within its tolerance range, it would automatically restore itself. Seeing the number 321 Ka appear, Xu Jingming smiled faintly. "My raw physical strength has actually doubled from before. The strongest physical power of an ordinary awakener is only around 100 Ka. Next, let us test the power of Xiqiao Divine Thunder." Then a surge of lightning blasted straight out from his body. The panel immediately displayed 3021 Ka. As expected of an S-rank ability, this is insanely powerful. A first-rank ability user's attack strength is only about 1000 Ka, yet before even reaching first rank, I can already unleash power comparable to a mid-level first-rank ability user. But this still is not my limit. Physical strength, ability enhancement, and combat technique layered together, that is my true killing move. With that thought, Xu Jingming activated Divine Thunder Hand, then raised his spear. Lightning gale break slammed fiercely into the machine. The moment the spear tip touched it, a deep buzzing roar rang out. In the next second, Xu Jingming shouted, "Break for me!" A massive explosion erupted from the spear tip and swept outward. At the same time, everyone in the main hall felt the whole building shake, and some even thought it was an earthquake. The people on the same floor as Xu Jingming were all visibly stunned. What an incredibly powerful energy fluctuation. It had definitely reached the level of a true ability user. Xiaoya said, "I remember this floor is specifically for high school students to train right, but those monsters who break into the ability user level ahead of time all train at Tyrant Bear Martial Arts Hall." The boy, however, thought it might be one of those monsters who came here to train, or maybe a new high school ability user has appeared. While the two of them were still puzzled, Tang Chi said directly, "Let us go. We will know once we take a look. That energy fluctuation should have come from nearby." But after only a few steps, they ran into Xu Jingming. Seeing him, Tang Chi asked a little awkwardly, "Xiaoming, are you heading home?" "Yeah, I want to go back early and make a few more preparations." Hearing this, Tang Chi encouraged him, "All right, do your best in tomorrow's martial exam, but make sure you stay safe." Seeing the two of them chat endlessly, the boy said sharply, "Stop worrying about him. That energy fluctuation came from here." The group then walked up to a door and said, "Is this the place?" But once they went inside, the scene before them left every one of them dumbfounded. Their eyes went wide as they cried out, What on earth happened here? Here it comes. The Jiangcheng Martial College entrance exam for the class of 2037 had officially begun, and everyone looked down on Xu Jingming. No one was willing to team up with him. Just moments earlier, Xiaoya had stared at the scene and exclaimed, "No way." Even the memory metal was blasted through. How strong would an attack have to be to do that? Does Jiangcheng really have a high schooler this powerful? But the boy beside her looked at the marks on the wall and said, "It probably was not a high schooler. From the remaining energy, I can still feel an incredibly violent force. The other party might even be a second-rank ability user who accidentally came to this floor and used the training room to test their strength." Hearing this, the other two finally let out a breath and started acting like they understood. I knew it. An attack this strong could never come from a high school student. Exactly, even geniuses from the provincial capital could not do this. There is no way someone like that could appear in Jiangcheng. But at that moment, Xiaoya had a bold guess in her mind. Xu Jingming was the only one who passed by here just now. Do you think this attack could have been caused by him? Maybe he is actually a super genius who has been hiding his strength all along, just waiting to shock everyone in tomorrow's martial exam. Hearing Xiaoya's theory, the two of them snapped at once. You have read too many web novels about pretending to be weak. How can you even come up with something that ridiculous? Hiding strength still needs a basis. He is only a first-rank awakener. If his attack strength reaches 300 degrees, that would already be impressive. The short-haired boy then added, both corridors here lead outside. That powerful ability user must have left from the other side, which is why we did not run into them. Tang Qi. What do you think? Tang Qi stared at the wall in front of her and only said calmly, maybe, but in her heart, she knew very well that those marks looked like they had been left by a long spear. So was Xu Jingming really overestimating himself by taking the martial college entrance exam? Time flew and the day of the martial exam arrived. Outside the exam site, buses bringing candidates had already started arriving one after another. Carrying all kinds of weapons on their backs, the students greeted their classmates at the gate. Then Xu Jingming also got off the bus with his long spear. At that moment, some curious students had already walked up to the fence and were looking inside. So this is our exam site. Damn, I think I just saw a one-horned rhino. In previous years, were they not usually common, fierce beasts like shadow cats and iron-haired boars? This year's exam is way too hard. But just as everyone was sighing, someone suddenly stepped out and said, so what if it is a one-horned rhino? If you cannot even handle a fierce beast at this level, then even if you get lucky and enter an ability user university, you will still be nothing but dead weight. Seeing this, Xu Jingming grew a little curious. Who is this guy? He sure talks big. Hearing him, Xu Jingming's close friend Liu Ji told him, who else could it be? That is Zhou Mingyang, the Clear Wind Sword from First High. They say he has a B-rank light gale ability, and his strength has already broken past the unranked state. He has advanced into a first-rank ability user. Hearing Liu Jia's words, Xu Jingming smiled faintly. So that is the genius said to be the top favorite for this year's martial exam champion. He thought to himself, I wonder which of us is stronger. A moment later, a loud voice suddenly cut through the noise. Attention all candidates. I am Wang Haiyang, the chief commander of this year's Jiangcheng martial exam. Before the exam begins, I will repeat the rules. The martial exam starts exactly at 9 in the morning. It ends at 9 tonight, lasting a total of 12 hours. The exam site is the ruined town behind me. Like previous martial college entrance exams, the exam site is divided into the outer zone, middle zone, inner ring, and core area. Killing fierce beasts of different types and ranks will award different scores. The higher the beast's rank and strength, the higher the score. The core area is like the bonus section of a normal exam meant for top students to challenge. Everyone should know their limits. Do not throw away your life just for points. Listening to Wang Haiyang's explanation, Xu Jingming thought, if this were before yesterday, I would have only dared to wander around the outer zone. But now I am definitely aiming for the inner ring, maybe even the very core. The organizers then told everyone, exam supplies will now be distributed. Everyone collect them from your homeroom teachers in order. As the homeroom teacher handed things out, he explained, there are 3 items inside. First, a smartwatch used to record the number and types of fierce beasts you kill and calculate your score in real time. Second, a tactical backpack containing 2 energy bars, 1 energy drink, and 1 disposable medical kit. These are to help candidates last through the 12 hours. Third, a safety sphere, which forms a high-voltage electric net around you when activated, blocking ordinary fierce beasts. After saying this, the homeroom teacher still felt uneasy and reminded Xu Jingming, once you use the safety sphere, your exam will end early. But remember, your life matters more than anything. Xu Jingming smiled and said, thank you, sir. I know what I am doing. Just as he was about to enter the site, Lin Qingyuan suddenly ran over and shouted, Xu Jingming, you still do not have a team, right? Do you want to join us? Even Liu Jie, who had recently awakened a C-rank ability, said Jingming, "Once we enter the exam site, I will cover you." But the other team members were not happy and said directly, "Class monitor, it is fine that you are usually kind to everyone, but this is the martial exam. A team can only have 5 people at most. If we bring him along, how are we supposed to get a high score?" Liu Jie immediately snapped back at them. "We already agreed on this, and now you are changing your minds at the last second." But the two of them still said, "Who knew he would actually dare to take the martial exam? Anyway, I do not want to carry a burden." Hearing this, Xu Jingming held back Liu Jie, who was about to lose his temper, and said, "Old Liu, class monitor, I appreciate your kindness, but I plan to enter the exam site alone. You should just form your team." Seeing how serious Xu Jingming was, the two of them did not say much more. "All right then, you have to be careful." After that, the two who had rejected Xu Jingming hurriedly pulled Lin Xingyuan away and said, "Come on, let us go team up with Huang Tian instead." But after they left, Xu Jingming only smiled faintly, then said with complete confidence, "Even without you, I can still score high." As swarms of drones flew overhead, the organizers announced, "The Jiangcheng Martial College entrance exam for the class of 2037 officially begins. Activate the exam cameras and tracking drones and prepare to start the live broadcast." In the next second, countless candidates roared and charged into the exam site. Some ran forward while shouting, "My goal is Jiangnan Ability User University. This time I am going to shock everyone. Martial exam, here I come." Among them were Xu Jingming's cousin Tang Qi and the so-called genius favorite to become exam champion. Xu Jingming, meanwhile, followed behind the main crowd. In his heart, he was also shouting, "Martial exam, here I come." The moment he entered the exam area, his watch sent a confirmation message. Candidate confirmed. Xu Jingming, Senior Class 5, Jiangcheng Second High School. Admission number 178. Real-time exam ranking. First place, Zhou Mingyang, 7 points, Jiangcheng First High. Second place, Li Xun, 5 points, Jiangcheng First High. Third place, Zhao Hu, 4 points, Jiangcheng First High. Looking at the message, Xu Jingming sighed inwardly. As expected of First High's hottest champion candidate, he has already started killing fierce beasts this quickly. Then I should get moving too. There is still quite a distance from the outer zone to the core. In that case, I will head straight for the core area. After walking for a while, Xu Jingming suddenly froze as he looked ahead. A student was lying in a pool of blood, barely clinging to life. Seeing this, Xu Jingming thought, his injuries are severe. He did not even manage to use his safety sphere. No wonder the homeroom teacher kept trying to persuade me to give up the martial exam. If I had not awakened an S-rank ability, I might have ended up the same way. Once you make your move, there is no taking it back. The martial exam really is this cruel. Opportunity always comes with risk. Not everyone gets the chance to defy fate. Thinking this, Xu Jingming immediately used his watch to call the logistics team. But right then, footsteps suddenly sounded. In the next second, a black, fierce beast slowly walked out from the corner. Seeing it, Xu Jingming was deeply shocked. This thing had deliberately left a survivor as bait to ambush anyone who came close. So this was a trap it had carefully set. Soon, Xu Jingming would charge into the top 50 on the power rankings and even push into the middle zone. Along the way, he would run into fierce beasts and cut them down. Just moments earlier, after Xu Jingming saw that beast, it had already begun circling toward him. Then, without the slightest warning, it lunged straight in his direction. Fortunately, Xu Jingming's strength had improved greatly, and he dodged the attack with a quick retreat. Looking at it, he thought, this shadow cat is agile and fast, and it has a bite force of over 1,000 kilograms. It truly deserves its title as a rookie killer. Fierce beasts are called fierce because they possess a special savage aura capable of intimidating their prey. It is said that most awakeners, the first time they face a fierce beast, are overwhelmed by that aura, unable to use even 30% of their strength, and some are captured or killed on the spot. That is why wealthy families hire professional, ability user bodyguards to take their children into the wilderness early, letting them get used to fighting fierce beasts as soon as possible. Of course, I never had that kind of privilege. This is my first time truly facing one. As he thought this, the shadow cat charged at Xu Jingming again. Just as its sharp claws were about to tear into him, Xu Jingming gripped his long spear tightly in his right hand, and electric currents began crackling across it. In the next second, he struck upward at the shadow cat with a lightning-fast blow and killed it instantly. Xu Jingming thought to himself, looks like that savage aura has no effect on me at all. After flinging its body aside, the system sent a notification. Unranked Fierce Beast Shadow Cat killed. Ability points gain 5. For reference, fierce beasts are divided into 9 ranks, from 1st rank to 9th rank, and those below 1st rank are called unranked fierce beasts. They correspond to human awakeners. After hearing the notifications, Xu Jingming thought, killing fierce beasts can earn me ability points and strengthen my power. But unranked beasts give too few points. Since fierce beast aura does not affect me much, there is no point lingering in the outer zone. I should hurry to the middle zone instead. Along the way, Xu Jingming's system kept sending notifications. Unranked fierce beast Shadowcat killed. Ability points gain 5. Unranked fierce beast Iron-haired boar killed. Ability points gain 5. After killing his way forward, Xu Jingming sighed. I have gained quite a few ability points, but what I lack now is real combat experience. If I use Ziqiao Divine Thunder, I can instantly kill those unranked fierce beasts, but that will not improve my strength effectively. And the higher the ability rank, the greater the consumption. If I unleash Ziqiao Divine Thunder at full power, I cannot even maintain it for an hour. My old weak lightning could last more than 3 hours, but the martial exam lasts a full 12 hours. Before entering the core area, I cannot waste my energy. So he continued using the same strategy, relying only on his spearmanship to kill fierce beasts. He needed to build more combat experience. After walking for a while, Xu Jingming suddenly spotted a one-horned rhino ahead. The moment it saw Xu Jingming, the one-horned rhino, launched a savage charge. Just as it was about to catch him, he leaped straight up, spun 720 degrees in midair, then gripped his spear with both hands and drove it into the rhino's brow. As the one-horned rhino crashed to the ground, Xu Jingming landed gracefully. At that moment, he felt that his speed in killing fierce beasts had become much faster than before. Could my spearmanship have broken through without me realizing it? Thinking this, Xu Jingming opened his personal information panel. Physique 141, Vitality and Spirit 160, Skills, Spearmanship Ultimate Level, Lightning Gale Break Beginner Level, Ability Points 256. Sure enough, his spearmanship had broken through to the ultimate level. It looked like real combat with the spear improved his strength the most. Ultimate spearmanship already felt effortless, so what would happen if he raised it even further? With that, Xu Jingming directly tapped to add points to his spearmanship. In the next second, countless figures flashed through his mind. His eyes widened as he exclaimed, "This is incredible!" Countless advanced spear techniques surged into his mind, and he could not wait to find more fierce beasts to test them on. At the same time, the class monitor's team happened to pass by this area. Looking at that distant figure, Lin Qingyuan said in shock, "I think I just saw Xu Jingming." Hearing this, her teammates all said, "Class monitor, are your eyes playing tricks on you? It cannot be him. With his strength, coming here would be suicide." After hearing them, Lin Qingyuan also began to doubt whether she had really seen wrong. But that figure from behind had looked exactly like Xu Jingming. Just then, one of them suddenly shouted, "Come look at this. This one-horned rhino seems to have died only moments ago. The blood around the wound has not even dried yet." That meant it had probably died only a few minutes ago. The fatal wound was on its head, and judging from the shape of the injury, it was a piercing wound made by a long-handled weapon. My guess is that the weapon was a spear. Hearing this conclusion, Lin Qingyuan was utterly shocked. Could the person she had just seen nearby really have been Xu Jingming? Seeing her reaction, her teammates started complaining again. "Class monitor, do not tell me you think Xu Jingming killed this one-horned rhino. This is a fierce beast only a C-rank awakener can solo. How could Xu Jingming possibly do it?" Then someone said, "Whether Xu Jingming killed it or not, can we not just check his score ranking?" The class monitor immediately started searching the leaderboard. When she saw 46th place Xu Jingming, 256 points, Jiangcheng Second High School, Lin Qingyuan gasped. "It really is him." The others could hardly believe it. "It really is Xu Jingming. Impossible. Xu Jingming actually rushed into the top 50. I do not believe it. Could it be someone with the same name? Since when did first-rank awakeners become this fierce?" Meanwhile, over at the spectator stands outside the exam site, everyone looked at the big screen and said, "First High is as strong as ever." They have basically swept the top spots, especially Zhou Mingyang in first place with 412 points. Looks like the champion is already decided. Jiangcheng has not produced anyone in the provincial top 100 for many years. I wonder if he can make it. Then Jiangcheng Education Bureau. Director Zhang Wenshan chuckled and said, "Zhou Mingyang is Jiangcheng's trump card. His light gale ability is extremely strong. Even in the provincial martial exam, he would not lose to anyone easily. In my view, he should be able to break into Jiangnan province's top 100. Old Liu, I have always been quite satisfied with First High's education. Third High is not bad either, finally getting someone into the top 10. Hearing this, the principals of First High and Third High quickly smiled and said, "It is all thanks to your excellent guidance, Director. We will still rely on you in the future." Then Zhang Wenshan turned back and looked at Second High's principal with a hint of displeasure. But Second High needs to work harder. Your best student is only in 18th place. At that moment, Second High's principal, Gao Yao, thought, there are only 8 Second High students in the top 50. Li Mingyang, Jian Tang, Xu Jingming, you little brats had better make me proud. Then he suddenly wondered, who exactly is this Xu Jingming? Why have I never seen this name before? Is he in the rocket class? Behind him, the homeroom teacher also noticed Xu Jingming's name. Seeing that he had actually entered the top 50, he was completely stunned. Was this kid not a first-rank awakener? Did he hide his strength? But no matter how much he hid it, could a first-rank ability suddenly become a fourth-rank ability? Only the top 10 had close-up camera feeds, so they could not find any footage of Xu Jingming right now. How on earth did he earn such a high score? The scene shifted. Xu Jingming had already reached the more dangerous middle zone. At that moment, he deliberately stepped on a glass bottle and shattered it. The sound rang out. Seeing how quiet the surroundings were, Xu Jingming thought, after reaching the middle zone, there are clearly far fewer fierce beasts. Ranked fierce beasts already have intelligence and a sense of territory. They are much harder to deal with than unranked fierce beasts. But before he could think any further, heavy, thudding footsteps suddenly sounded. In the next second, 2 cars in front of him were sent flying with a single slap. Looking at the roaring, fierce beast before him, Xu Jingming recognized it as a first-rank blade tiger. Looks like my luck is pretty good. I just entered the middle zone and already ran into a ranked beast. Perfect. I will use you to test my spearmanship. Here it comes. Xu Jingming was charging into the top 10 of the exam rankings. He even planned to steal the spotlight from Zhou Mingyang, who was ranked first. Just moments earlier, the naturally brutal blade tiger let out an enraged roar. Then its massive body charged at Xu Jingming like a tank. Yet Xu Jingming showed no fear at all. There was not even the slightest trace of panic in his eyes. With a burst of strength from his right hand, the black spear dragging across the ground was swung up like a giant windmill. The tiger claw slammed into the spear, producing a thunderous crash. Even the blade tiger's proud claws were shaken numb by Xu Jingming's strike. Seeing this, Xu Jingming thought, is this all the strength a first-rank blade tiger has? Maybe only a tiger king could make me put in a little effort. Then he shouted, I will send you on your way. He raised his long spear and charged straight at the blade tiger. Now that his spearmanship had reached the advanced level, his thrusting speed was several times faster than before. Faced with that lightning-like spear strike, there was only a sharp tearing sound. This lower first rank, blade tiger had no time to react before a bowl-sized hole appeared in its abdomen. If an ordinary creature suffered such a heavy blow, it would have already lost the ability to move. But the blade tiger only let out a pained howl. Then, as if its savagery had been completely awakened, it lunged forward madly. As expected of a ranked, fierce beast, its vitality is tough. Without using his ability, Xu Jingming had never expected one move to kill it instantly. So he gripped the black spear and fought the blade tiger head-on. With the help of advanced spearmanship, the black spear in Xu Jingming's hands moved like a roaming dragon. Every thrust left another bloody hole in the blade tiger's body. Because of the spear's length, the blade tiger had no way to deal any effective damage to Xu Jingming. Then Xu Jingming spun his spear. He said calmly, no matter how hard you struggle, it is useless. At that moment, several streams of electricity coiled around the spear shaft. In the next second, as Xu Jingming flicked his spear, those currents shot out like flying snakes. They rushed straight toward the blade tiger's head. As expected, the bolts of electricity slammed solidly into the blade tiger's skull. Then its massive, battered body crashed to the ground. Dust burst up all around it. At the same time, the system sent a notification. First rank blade tiger killed. Ability points gained, 14. Looking at the panel, Xu Jingming sighed. The ability points from killing a first-rank fierce beast are almost double what unranked beasts give. The stronger the beast, the higher the point reward. To others, this exam site is full of deadly danger. But to me, it is practically a rare treasure ground for leveling up. This chance is too precious. I need to hurry and harvest even more ability points. Meanwhile, inside the conference room, the rankings on the big screen were constantly changing. 31st place, Chu Shen, 345 points, Jiang Cheng first high. 32nd place, Xu Jingming, 328 points, Jiang Cheng second high. 32nd place, Li Ziyang, 328 points, Jiang Cheng second high. Seeing this, everyone exclaimed, Teacher Chen Fan, so Xu Jingming is actually from your class 5. Out of all those regular classes, only a student from your class has broken into the top 50. Teacher Chen really knows how to teach. Right. In the second half of the year, we should have Teacher Chen give a lecture and share his teaching experience. But when Teacher Chen heard them, he quickly waved his hands and said, No, This is all because of the student's own hard work. It does not have much to do with me. Just then, someone suddenly shouted, "Look, Xu Jingming's ranking changed again." What? 25th place. Xu Jingming, Jiangcheng Second High School. He actually gained 44 points in one jump. Seeing this result, even the Education Bureau director grew a little serious. According to the martial exam scoring system, killing one peak unranked fierce beast gives 6 to 8 points, while killing one lower first-ranked fierce beast gives 14 to 16 points. And the smartwatch updates kill counts every 4 seconds. In other words, Xu Jingming, in just 4 short seconds, killed 5 unranked fierce beasts, or 3 lower first-rank fierce beasts. It has been years since we have seen a performance like this. Principal Gao, this student is a fine seedling. Why have I never heard you mention him before? Hearing this, Principal Gao quickly said, "To be honest, I only just found out as well. For the details, we should ask his homeroom teacher." Then he pulled Chen Fan over and said, "Teacher Chen, come here quickly and tell the director more about Xu Jingming's situation, such as what his talent is like." This completely stumped Chen Fan. Trembling slightly, he said, "Director Principal Xu Jingming awakened only a first-rank ability weak lightning." Hearing this, Principal Gao immediately cried out, "Only a first-rank ability, Teacher Chen? Are you sure you remembered correctly?" But Teacher Chen scratched his head and said, "I am sure. Before the college entrance exam, I even specifically reminded him not to take the martial exam." The Education Bureau director, meanwhile, blew the steam from his thermos. Then he said calmly, "If he can reach this point with only a first-rank ability, then it seems student Xu Jingming must have something extraordinary in other areas. That makes this even more interesting. Let us wait. With his current momentum, he should break into the top 10 very soon. When that happens, we will understand exactly how he is doing this. If it turns out he is cheating, then..." Hearing those words, Principal Gao and Teacher Chen instantly broke out in cold sweat. A little more time passed and the rankings changed again. 8th place, Li Ziyi. 9th place, Xu Jingming. 10th place, Ma Yuwen. 11th place, Ye Li. 12th place, Tang Qi. Looking at the ranking, Tang Qi thought, "So it really was you who made that strike yesterday, cousin Jingming." Even Zhou Mingyang in first place could not help sighing. This came out of nowhere. There are still 6 hours left before the exam ends, and a completely unfamiliar face has already squeezed into the top 10. I have never heard of this Xu Jingming before. Meanwhile, Xu Jingming was still killing fierce beasts all the way forward, and the system kept sending notifications. First-rank Shadow Cat killed. Ability points gained 14. Seeing this, Xu Jingming thought, sure enough, in the middle zone, killing fierce beasts is much more efficient. Looking at the tracking camera drone above him, he knew he had already entered the top 10. The Martial College entrance exam is meant to test a candidate's strength and potential. The better the score, the more attention they receive. I never planned to hide my strength anyway. The top 10 is only the beginning. But before entering the core area, I still need to raise my strength again. With that thought, Xu Jingming opened his attribute panel. Name, Xu Jingming. Level Awakener. Ability, Zixiao Divine Thunder. Physique, 141. Vitality and Spirit, 160. Skills, Spearmanship, Advanced Level. Lightning Gale Break, Beginner Level. Ability points, 312. Looking at the panel, Xu Jingming was a little shocked because he already had more than 300 ability points. Yet there was still no prompt to advance his level. Looks like the only way to advance from Awakener to True Ability User is to learn an ability cultivation method. Then I will keep improving my basic attributes. As his physique increased by 40 points and his spirit increased by 22, he found the feeling truly satisfying. It is time to head for the core area. The moment he arrived, the system sent him a red warning. The core area has the highest danger level. After walking for a while, Xu Jingming saw a pack of blade tigers tearing into their prey. There was a one-horned rhino corpse that had already been half-eaten, and sprawled over that corpse was a blade tiger, noticeably larger than all the others. Seeing the Xu Jingming guessed, the one in the center has the strongest aura, the largest body, and those astonishingly long, blade-like forelimbs. It must be the Blade Tiger King. Looks like this is going to be a massive harvest. But in the next second, Xu Jingming's gaze suddenly sharpened. He looked behind him and said, "Come out. I already noticed you." Zhou Mingyang slowly walked out and said, "Sharp senses. I cannot believe you found me." "So you are Xu Jingming, the one who broke into the top 10. Hearing the other party call his name, Xu Jingming asked, "So you know me?" Zhou Mingyang smiled and said, "I am basically familiar with everyone strong enough to enter the core area, except you. So when I suddenly saw a new face, I guessed you must be the dark horse who rose out of nowhere. I have been watching this pack of blade tigers for a while. Seeing him reach toward his sword, Xu Jingming said in surprise, "Are you trying to steal my kill?" Zhou Mingyang quickly waved his hand and said, "Do not misunderstand. The Blade Tiger King is a middle first-rank fierce beast, and with 9 Blade Tigers hunting as a group, even someone strong cannot handle them alone. We can work together." But to his surprise, Xu Jingming rejected him outright and said, "No need." In the next second, he turned and walked toward the tiger pack, saying, "I alone am enough." This man had once been the weakest first-rank awakener, yet now his score in the martial exam was soaring far ahead. Just moments earlier, Xu Jingming had already stepped forward. Now he stood atop an overturned bus, staring down the tiger pack. Clearly his arrival had drawn the attention of the Blade Tigers. Seeing this, Xu Jingming sighed. As expected of a fierce beast pack led by a commander, they even have enough intelligence to use a simple formation. As the Tiger King let out an angry roar, several Blade Tigers turned their focus to Xu Jingming. In the next second, they roared and charged at him. Zhou Mingyang, hiding off to the side, watched the scene with a serious expression. Today I want to see whether this guy is walking to his death or truly has something extraordinary. At that moment, Xu Jingming calmly began spinning his long spear. As he gradually increased his strength, the spear spun faster and faster. And just as the Blade Tigers pounced in front of him, their tiger claws were knocked back by his spinning spear. In the next second, Xu Jingming seemed like a god of slaughter, killing several Blade Tigers instantly with one sweeping strike. The system notifications followed lower first-rank Blade Tiger killed. Ability points gained 10. Middle first-rank Blade Tiger killed. Ability points gained 15. One after another, they were cut down by Xu Jingming and collapsed to the ground. With all its underlings dead, the Blade Tiger King stared at him and let out a low growl. Xu Jingming, however, looked at his spear with slight regret. "Too bad my physical strength is still a little lacking. I could not kill them all in one strike." But by then, the Blade Tiger King had already arrived right in front of Xu Jingming. In the next second, it unleashed an unprecedented roar, instantly shattering every pane of glass along the street. Even Zhou Mingyang hurriedly covered his ears, his face twisted in pain. Xu Jingming, on the other hand, stared coldly at it and said, "Starting with intimidation, huh? You might scare others, but you cannot scare me." With that, he gripped his spear and charged first. As soon as he closed in, Xu Jingming raised his long spear and blocked the Blade Tiger King's strike, then used the force to leap upward. Before the Tiger King could react, Xu Jingming gripped the spear with both hands, spun 720 degrees in midair, and poured all his strength into smashing it down at the Blade Tiger King's head. Then he landed on its body, spear tip aimed downward. In the next second, there was a sharp pierce. The system sent a notification, upper first-rank Blade Tiger killed. Ability points gained 20. At that moment, Zhou Mingyang, watching from the side, was completely dumbfounded. No way. He actually wiped them all out in one go. What kind of monster is he? Xu Jingming looked at the Blade Tiger corpses scattered across the ground and sighed. This wave of ability points is a huge harvest. At this pace, who knows how many ability points I can accumulate by the time the exam ends. The more the better. I should hurry and find the next beast pack. But just as he was about to leave, Zhou Mingyang suddenly shouted from behind, "Hey, how exactly did you crush an entire Blade Tiger pack with just one spear? Is your ability a physical enhancement type?" Xu Jingming only tossed back one sentence, "Mine is lightning type." Then he strode away. Hearing this, Zhou Mingyang said angrily, "What lightning type? That has to be a lie. If you do not want to tell me, fine, but do you have to brush me off that badly? What an awful personality." Then Zhou Mingyang hurriedly pulled out his watch. He killed so many fierce beasts just now. His score cannot be catching up to mine right. In the next second, he saw a result he could not accept. First place, Xu Jingming, 1,122 points. Jiangcheng Second High School. Second place, Zhou Mingyang, 985 points. Jiangcheng First High. Seeing this, Zhou Mingyang cried out in shock. "That damn guy has really overtaken me." Meanwhile, inside the viewing room, the director praised him. "What domineering advanced spearmanship." Xu Jingming is only 18, yet his spear skills have already reached the advanced level. This confirms it. He is a genuine genius. With Xu Jingming here, Jiangcheng can definitely break into the provincial top 100. Once the college entrance exam ends, I will propose to the city that Second High receive an additional reward. Hearing this, the principal quickly smiled and said, "Thank you, Director Zhang." At that moment, he was so excited he nearly cried. He thought Xu Jingming truly is a huge surprise. Our Second High finally has a day to rise again. Time flew by. 3 hours later, inside the core area, Zhou Mingyang looked around and said, "What is going on? Where did all the fierce beasts in the core area go?" Just then a voice sounded from behind him. "For that, you should ask the one in first place." Zhou Mingyang turned around, slightly surprised. It is you guys. Why are you moving together? The ones who had arrived were Wu Hao in third place, Meng Di in fourth, and Tang Qi in ninth. Tang Qi then said, this is his doing too. Meng Di said angrily, Xu Jingming has practically killed all the fierce beasts in the core area. We could not find any beasts, so we had no choice but to group up and stick together. Hearing this, Zhou Mingyang looked completely incredulous. That cannot be right. There should be plenty of fierce beasts in the core area. Seeing how shocked he was, Tang Qi walked over and said, one look tells me you have not checked the rankings in ages. Just look at Xu Jingming's score. First place, Xu Jingming, 3,435 points. Jiang Cheng, second high. Second place, Zhou Mingyang, 1,103 points. Jiang Cheng, first high. Third place, Wu Hao, 945 points. Jiang Cheng, first high. Seeing that Xu Jingming had more than 3,400 points, Zhou Mingyang was completely stunned. Now do you understand why subtract the 700 plus points he earned in the middle zone, and he still has more than 2,500 points? In other words, in the core area alone, he has killed almost 200 fierce beasts by himself. Seeing this result, Zhou Mingyang thought, no wonder Xu Jingming was so worried about others stealing his kills early. So he had been planning something this big all along. Then Tang Qi told him, there are only a few hours left before the martial exam ends. We plan to team up and try the deepest core area. Hearing their plan, Zhou Mingyang looked shocked. The fierce beasts there are at least upper first rank, and there may even be a second rank beast king. Going in alone is no different from suicide. Hearing this, Meng Di clenched his fist and said, that is exactly why we need to work together. Are you coming or not? Time flew and night fell. Xu Jingming was sitting atop a pile of countless, fierce beast corpses. My energy is almost completely drained, and the martial exam is nearing its end. If I want more ability points, I have to keep going deeper, but the deepest core area has second-rank fierce beasts. I still need to strengthen myself a little more. At that moment, he looked at his attribute panel. Level Awakener. Ability Zixiao Divine Thunder S rank. Physique 181. Vitality and Spirit 182. Skills Spearmanship Advanced Level. Lightning Gale Break Advanced Technique. Ability points 2,413. Looking at those 2,413 ability points, Xu Jingming thought, what should I upgrade? Why not this one? As he felt the changes in his body, Xu Jingming knew he should now be able to handle the final boss of this year's martial exam. The last sprint had begun. I wonder what second-rank fierce beast they arranged for this year's martial exam. This place is the ultimate test of the entire martial exam. Any fierce beast here taken alone could instantly kill a student. Yet Xu Jingming charged in with only his spear. Just moments earlier, Zhou Mingyang and the others had walked for a while before suddenly staring ahead in terror. That monster is actually a bloodthirsty tyrant bear. This is bad because they all knew this rare, fierce beast fur was comparable to first-grade alloy. Even a missile might not blast through that massive body. One slap from it could crush all of us to death. Clearly, Zhou Mingyang's expression turned extremely ugly when he saw it. Looking at the bloodthirsty tyrant bear, Tang Qi said helplessly, I think we should give up on this operation. We would not even need the bloodthirsty tyrant bear to make a move. The moment we enter that compound, those upper first-rank, fierce beasts would probably wipe us out. Sorry, everyone, I am withdrawing. After all, if you lose your life, no amount of points matters. By now, Zhou Mingyang was so frustrated, he stamped his foot and cursed. Who the hell came up with such a twisted exam question? But just as they were about to leave, Meng Di suddenly shouted, wait, someone is coming. That person looks like Xu Jingming. At that moment, Xu Jingming could be seen sprinting in from the distance. His movement was agile, smooth, and flowing. Even Meng Di could not help staring dreamily. So that is Xu Jingming. He is really handsome. Zhou Mingyang, however, said with a dark expression, what use is being handsome? Charging into a fierce beast pack like that is just asking to die. As expected, Xu Jingming's appearance immediately alarmed them. In the next second, the fierce beast began surrounding and attacking him. And because the commotion was so huge, even more beasts kept rushing over from behind. In only a moment, Xu Jingming was completely encircled. In the end, the beast's body swallowed him from view. He disappeared entirely. Seeing this, Zhou Mingyang said with disdain, he was too reckless. If he dies, he brought it on himself. Wu Hao also could not believe it. Xu Jingming cannot really die just like this, right? But Tang Qi immediately turned around and said, no, I have to help him. Seeing that she truly meant to go, the others quickly grabbed her and said, have you lost your mind too? Even if you go, you will only be throwing your life away. Did you forget what you just said? But Tang Qi told them, you do not understand. Jingming is my cousin. I absolutely cannot stand by and watch him die. But just as they were pulling at each other, a flash of lightning suddenly burst from within the beast pack. In the next second, crackling lightning erupted completely from Xu Jingming's position. The light was so blinding that Zhou Mingyang and the others could barely open their eyes. They cried out, "What is going on with this lightning? Is this the lightning-type ability Xu Jingming mentioned?" Xu Jingming, meanwhile, stood in the center of the compound, his whole body shimmering with electric light as he looked at the fierce beast corpses around him. He knew that with physical strength alone, dealing with so many upper first-rank fierce beasts would still be a stretch. He had no choice but to use his ability. As expected of an S-rank ability, it is truly tyrannical and powerful. Just then, Xu Jingming suddenly heard heavy, thudding footsteps. The bloodthirsty tyrant bear had already arrived beside him. Its body, over 5 meters tall, looked like an upright tank. Seeing all its underlings killed, the tyrant bear glared at him with blazing fury. Xu Jingming thought, the bloodthirsty tyrant bear is huge, but not very agile. With Xixiao Divine Thunder strengthening me, I should be able to handle it. But once the fight starts, these small followers will be annoying. In that case, I will clear the field first. Thinking this, Xu Jingming directly guided Xixiao Divine Thunder into his body. In the next second, his entire body shot forward like a cannonball. In an instant, he killed several fierce beasts charging at the front. The system notifications followed upper, first-rank, fierce beast killed. Shadow Cat. Ability points gained 13. Seeing this, Xu Jingming sighed. So this is the power of an S-rank ability strengthening my physique. Too bad having thunder run through my body is extremely dangerous, so I cannot maintain this state for long. Still, it is more than enough to deal with you fierce beasts. Upper first-rank fierce beast, one-horned rhino killed. Ability points gained 15. Seeing the one-horned rhino killed right in front of it, the bloodthirsty tyrant bear could no longer hold back. With an angry roar, it lunged at Xu Jingming. In the next second, it slammed a massive bear paw down toward where he stood. However, with Xixiao Divine Thunder empowering him, Xu Jingming's body moved like a phantom, reappearing several meters away from the bloodthirsty tyrant bear. Seeing this, the bloodthirsty tyrant bear unleashed its full strength and charged madly at Xu Jingming, crossing more than 30 meters in the blink of an eye. But if it was fast, Xu Jingming was even faster. With a light leap, he dodged the bloodthirsty tyrant bear's attack again, weaving through the beast pack so quickly it could not touch him at all. Upper first-rank fierce beast, one-horned rhino killed. Ability points gained 15. Upper first-rank fierce beast killed. The system notifications kept ringing out again and again as Xu Jingming continued his slaughter. This made the bloodthirsty tyrant bear already furious because it could not hit him even angrier. Seeing this, Xu Jingming teased, "What is wrong? Are you mad watching your underlings die one by one? Do not rush. Once I finish the last one, I will deal with you." But just as Xu Jingming rushed toward the final one-horned rhino, the bloodthirsty tyrant bear suddenly slapped directly toward the path Xu Jingming had to take. Looking at the bear paw so close in front of him, Xu Jingming sighed. "Good one. It actually predicted my movement." In the next second, with a thunderous boom, its two paws slammed together. The impact from that strike was so violent that even nearby cars were blasted away and crushed. But when it slowly opened its paws, there was only the shattered remains of the one-horned rhino inside. In the next second, Xu Jingming, wrapped in electric light, descended from above, gripping his spear as he charged straight at the bloodthirsty tyrant bear. "Now the small fry are finally out of the way. Let me see whether that armor-like fur of yours can withstand the full force of my thunder." This bloodthirsty tyrant bear was so tough that even tanks could not harm it in the slightest. Yet now, Xu Jingming was blasting it back with nothing but a long spear. Just moments earlier, Xu Jingming's spear had already reached the bloodthirsty tyrant bear's head. In the next second, a massive sphere of lightning exploded on the spot. The shockwave was so powerful that even Zhou Mingyang and the others were blown back and could barely open their eyes. At that moment, everyone in the conference room stared frozen at the big screen. Then the Education Bureau director nearly dropped his cup. He cried out, "Principal Gao, you people call this a first-rank ability. Are you trying to fool me?" The others also began discussing it. With only an ability burst, he instantly wiped out a pack of upper first-rank fierce beasts and even fought a second-rank boss head-on. Even an A-rank ability might not be able to do this. Seeing this, Principal Gao weakly said, "Maybe his ability mutated." But then the director smiled and said, "No matter what, after today, perhaps the entire Great Sha Kingdom will be shaken by Xu Jingming." Meanwhile, on Xu Jingming's side, the bloodthirsty tyrant bear scratched the wound on its head, then roared at him in fury. Clearly, that strike had made it feel pain for the first time in a long while. Seeing this, Xu Jingming leaped backward and landed thinking, "It is only a surface wound, as expected of a rare species among second-rank fierce beasts. Its body is covered in steel-like bristles. Blades and bullets cannot pierce it. And the worst part is that it does not conduct electricity well. With my current strength, crossing 2 major ranks and killing the bloodthirsty tyrant bear in one blow is still a bit too much. But just as Xu Jingming was thinking, a black aura suddenly spread from the bloodthirsty tyrant bear's body and even its appearance. It began to change little by little. Seeing it like this, Xu Jingming cried out in shock. What? But before he could think any further, the bear had already charged toward him, and its speed had risen sharply from before. In an instant, it blasted Xu Jingming and everything in front of him backward. Seeing this, he hurriedly activated his lightning talent to block the retreat path. Looking at the bear's state, Xu Jingming sighed. It entered berserk mode this quickly. Looks like this bloodthirsty tyrant bear truly hates me to the bone. The giant bear glared at him with fury, and after another roar, it launched a frenzy of attacks at Xu Jingming. However, Xu Jingming dodged while sighing. Incredible. Once a fierce beast enters berserk mode, its physical strength really does increase dramatically. But in exchange, it completely burns away what little intelligence it has, turning it into a killing machine that acts on instinct. What I need to do now is avoid its peak momentum and not clash with it head-on. The best method is to use agility to wear it down, then strike a nerve point and temporarily make it lose mobility. Thinking this, Xu Jingming blocked with his long spear. He quickly moved behind the giant bear, gathered lightning at the spear tip, and stabbed fiercely into its rear leg. That strike instantly made the giant bear lose its balance and crash to the ground. In the next second, Xu Jingming's gaze sharpened. He pointed to the sky and shouted, "Zixiao, divine thunder strike!" As his voice fell, countless bolts of lightning descended from above. They blasted into the bloodthirsty tyrant bear, and as time passed, the lightning did not weaken. Instead, it grew even more violent. Even the bloodthirsty tyrant bear, famous for its defense, could no longer endure it and collapsed to the ground. Looking at it, Xu Jingming said more than half a minute of Zixiao, divine thunder. Even the thickest defense cannot withstand that. But while he was speaking, the giant bear suddenly opened its eyes. It turned out it had been pretending to faint so it could launch a sneak attack. In the next second, it roared, raised its bear paw, and was about to deliver a final blow to Xu Jingming. But just as its claw was about to hit him, it suddenly froze. This was the paralysis effect attached to Xu Jingming's lightning talent. Seeing it controlled, Xu Jingming gripped his spear and said, "It is time." Then his eyes flashed with electric light as he shouted, "Lightning gale, break!" With that, he thrust out his spear and blasted the giant bear more than 100 meters away. The massive impact swept away everything along its path. In the end, it slammed into a moving building and exploded. Clearly, that strike had completely ended its life. In the next second, the system sent a notification, lower second-rank bloodthirsty tyrant bear killed. Ability points gained 240. At that moment, Xu Jingming was already crouching on the ground, sighing, "It is finally over." To deal with this thing, I specifically upgraded Lightning Gale Break from beginner level to advanced level earlier. And sure enough, its power did not disappoint. Although the fight only lasted 2 short minutes, it was the most thrilling battle I have ever experienced. I wonder, after sweeping the deepest core area, how many points all these fierce beasts will give me. Meanwhile, the big screen had already displayed the result. Current score standings. First place, Xu Jingming, 10,835 points. Jiang Cheng, second high. Second place, Zhou Mingyang, 1,103 points, Jiang Cheng first high. Third place, Wu Hao, 945 points, Jiang Cheng first high. Seeing that Xu Jingming had over 10,000 points, everyone shouted, "This is unbelievable." The director laughed and said, 10,000 points. He has not only broken Jiang Cheng's record, he has broken Jiangnan province's record too. He is a genius. No, he should be called a genius among geniuses. Last year's provincial champion only scored a little over 8,000 right. Xu Jingming has basically locked in this year's provincial champion title ahead of time. Here it comes. Xu Jingming was actually listed as an S-grade special recruit, and even the Education Bureau director personally drove him home. Just moments earlier, Xu Jingming looked at his watch and thought, "There is not much time left. I have cleared out the fierce beasts in the inner ring and core area, so next I will head back to the middle zone. Every extra kill counts. Even the thinnest scrap is still meat." After he left, Zhou Mingyang and the others also walked out. Watching him disappear into the distance, Tang Qi sighed. Jingming actually killed a second-rank beast king. This is far beyond anything I expected. But Zhou Mingyang wondered, why is he heading back? His lead is already overwhelming. If he is not ending the exam early, what else is he planning? Meng Di then said, judging from his direction, "He seems to be returning to the middle zone. Wait a second. Has this guy gone battle crazy? Is he going back to wipe the whole place clean? He is trying to leave the rest of us with nothing. Hearing this, Zhou Mingyang said, with Xu Jingming's speed, he might really pull it off. If we do not move now, in the last hour or so, we might not get even a single point. This team-up ends here. Everyone, I am going ahead. With that, Tang Qi and Wu Hao also hurriedly sprinted toward the middle zone. Time flew, and 1 hour later, the broadcast announced, the Jiangcheng Martial College entrance exam for the class of 2037 has ended. Fierce Beast will no longer count toward your score. Candidates, please return as soon as possible. Seeing this, Tang Qi wiped the sweat from her forehead and said, it is actually over. Someone else shouted, why did it end already? I only needed one more beast to pass. Xu Jingming, however, sighed. It ended so quickly. What a shame. I was not done enjoying myself yet. A moment later, all the candidates began walking out of the exam site one after another. Fortunately, the class monitor, Lin Qingyuan, also came out safe and sound. Over by Tang Qi, Zhao Ya was tugging her hand and saying, Chi-Chi, is Xu Jingming really that cousin of yours? Dear sister, please give me your cousin's contact information, okay? I am begging you. But Tang Qi turned away directly and said, were you not uninterested yesterday? Now I need to think about it. Xiao Ya quickly said, yesterday is not today. Today he is the martial exam champion. Please, please. Just then someone suddenly shouted, look! Xu Jingming is coming out of the exam site. Bro, do not push. Let me see first. Then Xu Jingming walked out slowly from the exam site, long spear in hand. The moment he appeared, everyone began shouting, Xu Jingming, so awesome. Xu Jingming, can you give me 100 points? Xu Jingming politely waved and greeted them all. Watching him, Wu Hao patted Zhou Mingyang on the shoulder and said, the person standing in that position should have been you. But Zhou Mingyang showed no jealousy at all. What can I say? Second High produced a monster. With my strength, getting the score is already enough for me. Meanwhile, the principal also walked over and said, student Xu Jingming, congratulations. Let me introduce you. This is Director Zhang from the Education Bureau. You do not need to take the bus back. The director said he wants to drive you personally. Hearing this, Xu Jingming thought, that works too. If I take the bus back now, I probably will not get a moment of peace with everyone asking questions the whole way. In the blink of an eye, Xu Jingming was already on the road home, sitting in the car. The director asked student Jingming, have you decided which ability user university you want to attend? Xu Jingming replied, lately all I have thought about is improving my strength. I really have not considered which ability user university to choose. The director told him, with your results, any university in the country is within reach. There are hundreds of universities nationwide, but among high-rank ability users, almost half graduated from the top 3. These are also the 3 I recommend most. Capital Ability User University is located in the heart of Great Sha. It belongs to the official system, and graduates can directly enter government service. Today's 9th-ranked National Guardian graduated from there. Moju Ability User University is located in a prosperous port city and can provide excellent resources. Its elite societies are especially suited for individuals pursuing the very peak. Jincheng Ability User University has a long history, having been founded more than 200 years ago. It possesses many ancient inheritances and an extremely strong teaching staff. All 3 universities have top-tier ability cultivation methods that are never passed to outsiders. They are dream destinations for countless students. Hearing this, Xu Jingming asked in confusion, I know Awakeners need cultivation methods before they can transform into ability users. But what exactly is a top-tier ability cultivation method? Let me put it this way. Ability cultivation methods also have grades. With a basic ability cultivation method, most Awakeners need 3 or 4 years before they can advance into true ability users. But with a top-tier ability cultivation method, it only takes half a year for an Awakener to complete that transformation. Do not worry. With your score, you will definitely qualify for special recruitment. When the time comes, even the top 3 universities will offer you generous terms. You can simply choose according to what you want. After hearing the director's patient explanation, Xu Jingming said, I understand, thank you, sir. Time flew to the next morning. Xu Jingming woke up early and took a shower first. After washing up, he looked at his panel and thought, 2,534 ability points should be enough to last until I enter an ability user university. I wonder if, after getting into university, there will be events for killing fierce beasts. If not, then I will have to put entering the wilderness zone on the schedule. Just then, someone outside the door suddenly said, why is this door broken? Perfect, we can sneak in and give Jingming a surprise. In the next second, the two pushed the door open and shouted Jingming's surprise. The ones who came were Xu Jingming's cousin, Tang Qi, and his aunt, Xu Jinwan. Seeing them, he cried out, bare-bodied aunt cousin, why are you here, seeing him like this? His aunt shouted Xu Jingming, what on earth are you doing? And how did this room get wrecked like this after only a few days away? Xu Jingming hurriedly ran back to put on clothes. In truth, Xu Jingming's aunt held great meaning to him because in the year his parents had just passed away, it was his aunt who stayed by his side day and night, caring for him carefully and giving him the warmth of a family. She also took on the duties of being my temporary guardian and occasionally gave me a few good scoldings. A moment later, Su Qingwan said gently, Xiao Ming, I do not understand much about the martial exam, but when I first heard you were applying for it, I worried for a long time. Now that I see you safe and sound, I can finally relax. Your score is not important. Even if you did not get in, it would be fine. Her words left Xu Jingming stunned. He looked at Tang Qi and said, Sister Qi, did you not tell her? Tang Qi blinked and said, I thought it would be better for you to tell my mom yourself. Then Xu Jingming carefully said, Aunt, I did pretty well this time. I scored over 10,000 points. The moment he said this, Xu Qingwan nearly spat out her drink. How many points? You are not lying to me, are you? Seeing this, Tang Qi quickly patted her and said, Mom, it is true. Cousin Jingming scored 11,124 points. Hearing that it was real, Xu Qingwan immediately burst into tears of joy. At that moment, she thought, our Xu family finally has someone to carry it forward. If your parents could see this from heaven, they would definitely be proud of you. Meanwhile, inside a conference room, Xu Jingming's footage was playing on the big screen. Then someone said, Xu Jingming, 18 years old, awakened a natural lightning-type ability, weak lightning, with an awakener level rank. Hearing this, the others present all said, if his results are real, then this student is someone we absolutely must recruit. But judging only from his talent and level on paper, there is no way he should have performed like that. Based on his combat performance, the ability he awakened cannot possibly be weak lightning. With that kind of power, it is at least A rank, maybe even S rank. How could a backwater place like Jiangcheng produce the provincial champion? Maybe he used illegal methods during the exam. Impersonation drugs, cheating, none of it is impossible. But in the next second, one person suddenly raised his voice and said, enough, stop arguing. List Xu Jingming as an S-grade special recruit. As for whether his score is real, I will personally go to Jiangcheng to investigate. This man had taken the martial exam for the first time and won the provincial champion title, even making the admissions teachers from the top 3 universities rush to compete for him. Just moments earlier, Xu Jingming was looking at the message on his phone from the Jiangnan Provincial Education Bureau. Jiangcheng candidate Xu Jingming, the Jiangnan Province martial exam rankings have been released. Your ranking is first place in Jiangnan Province, with a total score of 11,124. Seeing this, Xu Jingming sighed. First place, Jiangnan Province champion. I actually did it. After that, reports about him appeared everywhere like a storm. Of course, many people were skeptical about him. A provincial champion is usually a high-rank ability user, right? Can an awakener really win the province? A first-rank awakener becoming provincial champion. If that is true, I will eat my words on the spot. Just wait, I am going to find his martial exam video right now. The scene shifted. The school was holding the 2025 Jiangcheng Second High Martial Exam Outstanding Student Award Ceremony, when a reporter below the stage asked Principal Gao, regarding the online doubts about student Xu's score, what would you like to say? Many people are claiming there was foul play and questioning whether the score is real. Please give us an explanation, Principal Gao. Hearing this, the principal said, our school's official website has already uploaded Xu Jingming's martial exam video. Everyone can verify the truth right now. The fairness of the martial college entrance exam cannot be questioned. After watching the video, everyone was stunned and shouted, damn, he pierced a first-rank one-horned rhino's skull with one spear strike. That strength is even greater than a first-rank ability user's. It looks like an enhancement-type ability. No, he keeps using lightning, and you are telling me this power is a first-rank ability. Is he really only an awakener? The principal then smiled and said, the martial exam footage is proof. Student Xu's results are completely real. As Jiangcheng's first student to become provincial champion, his contribution deserves an additional reward. This is the cash bonus and ability cultivation method gift prepared for student Xu by the City Education Bureau. The municipal government will also provide an equal cash reward and a luxury villa in the city. At that moment, someone was standing nearby, watching the entire ceremony unfold. Although Jiangcheng released Xu Jingming's martial exam footage, that does not mean he did not use performance-enhancing drugs. The most important thing is still confirming Xu Jingming's actual ability rank. Meanwhile, over by the principal, he looked awkward under the reporter's cameras, then quietly asked the teacher, "Why has today's main guest still not arrived?" "I just called him. He said he was training at the martial arts hall and is on his way now." Hearing this, the principal praised, "Still training after the martial exam. This new champion really is different." The scene shifted. The principal was trembling slightly as he carried a tea tray and said, "Teachers, please have some tea." Even when he set it down, his hands were still shaking. He sighed inwardly, as expected of high-rank ability users who have seen blood. The aura they give off makes the heart tremble. These people are not going to start fighting, are they? Then Moju, Ability User University's admissions director, Zhang Chaoyue, spoke first. "You too, it seems. It has been a long time since we gathered like this. Which genius are you targeting this time hearing this?" Su Yun, admissions director of Capital Ability User University, chuckled. "Teacher Zhang, there is no need to pretend you do not know. As long as Xu Jingming's results are real, our Capital University is taking him." But Wu Yuan, head of admissions from Jincheng Ability User University, heard the two of them and snorted coldly. "Su Yun, who says you get him just because you want him? I say our Jincheng University is taking him." Zhang Chaoye thought to herself. As expected for a provincial champion-level special recruit, a tense clash with teachers from the other universities is unavoidable. But just then the door opened with a click, and Xu Jingming walked in carrying his long spear. He said, "Hello, teachers." Looking at him, the office that had just been arguing fell silent instantly. Zhang Chaoyue sighed inwardly. Not bad, full of energy. He and his spear feel like one. It seems he has not slackened at all after the exam, and under the pressure of 3 high-rank ability users, he does not waver in the slightest. The principal then came over and introduced them. "This is Teacher Zhang, admissions director from Moju Ability User University. Teacher Su, admissions director from Capital Ability User University. And Teacher Wu, head of admissions from Jincheng Ability User University." Zhang Chaoye went straight to the point and said, "Student Xu, we have all watched your martial exam footage. Your real combat ability is very strong, and your fighting technique is remarkable. But I have one question. Your ability does not seem to be the first-rank weak lightning originally registered. Would you mind explaining the specific situation?" Hearing this, Xu Jingming thought, as expected, they asked about it. Then he gave the explanation he had prepared in advance. "Before the college entrance exam, while I was training at home, I was struck by natural lightning. After that, I noticed my ability had become stronger." Hearing Xu Jingming's words, the others felt it sounded like an ability mutation. Just then, a round disc suddenly appeared in Zhang Chaoyue's hand. She said, "Student Xu, you probably still do not know what your mutated ability truly is, right? Perfect timing. I brought an ability testing device with me. Come try it. You only need to release your ability." The moment Xu Jingming released his power, a powerful current began crackling violently across the disc. Seeing this, the teachers all looked shocked and said, "What violent thunder!" Even I feel a little unsettled by it. At the same time, the ability testing device sounded, "Ability test complete. This ability is Xiqiao Divine Thunder. Rating." But at that moment, the device could not say the rating, no matter what, and cracks even began appearing on it. In the next second, the device shattered outright. This left the principal completely dumbfounded, and he hurriedly shouted, "What is going on?" But the admissions teachers looked excited instead and said, "Now it is confirmed. He actually overloaded the small testing device. That means his ability is at least S rank." Zhang Chaoyue did not speak, but she was overjoyed inside. She thought, "Just as I expected. This time I bet on the right candidate." Then Wu Yuan could not hold back and said, "Student Su, Jincheng Ability User University offers an entrance reward of 4 million and a set of C-grade equipment. For all 4 years of university, every ability, cultivation method, and combat technique will be free." But before Xu Jingming could respond, Su Yun chuckled. "You dare bring out so little, Student Xu? As long as you come to Capital University, your entrance bonus will be 6 million. And for all 4 years, equipment ability, cultivation methods, and combat techniques will be yours to choose from, completely free. What do you think?" Hearing this, Xu Jingming sighed inwardly. What a generous offer. Yet even after both of them revealed their trump cards, Zhang Chaoyue still looked fully confident. Then she slowly said, "Modu Ability User University does not offer cash or equipment, but when it comes to cultivation methods and combat techniques, whatever they can give, we can give too. In addition, we will provide 1 S-grade cultivation resource every year." Hearing S-grade cultivation resource, the other 2 admissions teachers were stunned, but Xu Jingming did not understand what it represented. Seeing his confusion, Zhang Chaoyue explained, "Do you know about dragon-type fierce beasts? Fierce beast clans, born powerful and resembling dragons in form, are given the dragon-type title. These beasts are born at 4th or 5th rank, far above other fierce beast clans. Among S-grade resources is Heartblood taken from an 8th rank adult dragon-type fierce beast. After consuming dragon blood, your physique will improve tremendously, and your physical strength can rival humanoid fierce beasts. Every S-grade resource is at the dragon blood level. Listening to Zhang Chaoyue, Su Yun sighed and said, "Even I am tempted hearing that. Your Modu University really is filthy rich." Even Wu Yuan said S-grade resources are usually reserved for outstanding upperclassmen. I cannot believe she is willing to give them to a freshman. We cannot compete with that at all. Then all three of them looked at Xu Jingming and said, "All right, it is time for you to decide. Which of our 3 top universities will you choose?" Xu Jingming did not even think before telling them, "I choose Modu Ability User University." And now Xu Jingming had arrived at Modu Ability User University to report in. What is more, the moment he reached the school, he was about to take the academy dean as his mentor, just moments earlier. The reason Xu Jingming answered so quickly was that he had already done his homework. Modu Ability User University not only offered the best terms, but from what he had learned privately, its practical combat training was also the strongest. In past University Alliance tournaments, half of the champions had come from Modu University. After choosing Xu Jingming, did not forget to bow to the other 2 admissions teachers. He said, "Thank you both for your kindness." Then Zhang Chaoyue took an admission letter from her storage ring. "Student Xu Jingming, we look forward to your arrival. Our university's freshman enrollment date is September 1st, but as a special recruit, you may report early. We will provide housing for you." Looking at the admission letter, Xu Jingming asked if he could access the library's ability cultivation methods and combat techniques in advance. Zhang Chaoyue replied, "Of course. Our university library can provide you with an independent study space where you will not be disturbed. Here is my contact information. Just contact me when you arrive in Modu." Xu Jingming, meanwhile, could hardly wait to report to the campus. Time flew, and Xu Jingming arrived at the train station. The broadcast was announcing that ticket checks for the G91 train to Modu would begin soon. At that moment, his aunt said with tears in her eyes, "The child has finally grown up." Seeing this, Tang Qi's father, Tang Daolin, smiled and said, "Once Xiao Ming leaves this time, he is probably going to soar to the sky." By the way, Chi-Chi, are you about to start filling in your university choices? Since your cousin, Jing Ming, is going to Maju Ability User University, you should try to choose a university in Maju too. Hearing this, her mother also said, "Your father is right. That way, the 2 of you can look after each other in the future." Since both of them said so, Tang Qi could only nod and say, "Dad, Mom, I understand." In the blink of an eye, Xu Jingming was already sitting on the train to Modu. On the way, he thought, there are still 6 hours before arrival. I might as well review the ability cultivation method. Among his college entrance exam rewards, the most important item was this ability cultivation method called the Farsi cultivation method. Just like abilities, ability cultivation methods also had different grades. They were divided into 4 levels: basic, intermediate, advanced, and top tier. The higher the grade, the faster the cultivation speed. The one in my hands is an intermediate ability cultivation method. With my current spirit power of 180, it only took me half a day to memorize everything. According to its contents, a special kind of energy drifts through heaven and earth. Following its method, I sensed that special energy on the very first day. At the same time, an upgrade plus sign appeared after the level section on my system panel. But I do not plan to upgrade right now, because according to the book, when transforming from Awakener to ability user, the higher the grade of the cultivation method used for the breakthrough, the greater the benefits afterward. Once I enter university, I will be able to read top-tier cultivation methods, so naturally I will not waste this chance on an intermediate method. In the blink of an eye, Xu Jingming arrived at the gate of Modu Ability User University. The moment he got there, he was stunned by the sight. Good grief, the gate alone is over 100 meters wide. How grand must the campus inside be? Just then, Zhang Chaoyue drove over and said, "Student Xu Jingming, welcome to report in. Get in. I will take you to complete the enrollment procedures first." On the way, Zhang Chaoyue asked well Xu Jingming, "Is our Moju Ability User University impressive? It covers 40,000 mu, a total of 26 square kilometers, with more than 2,600 square meters per person. Visiting students could walk around for an entire day and still not see it all." Listening to teacher Zhang Xu Jingming sighed. Seeing it once really beats hearing about it 100 times. After they arrived, Zhang Chaoyue took out a student card and handed it to Xu Jingming. "Here, this is your student ID and campus card. Just swipe it to enter your dorm." But looking at what stood before him, Xu Jingming was deeply shaken. He thought university dorms. In my previous life, I studied all the way to a doctorate and saw plenty of them from 4-person rooms to single rooms and even 3-bedroom suites, specially assigned to doctoral students. But using a luxury villa as a dorm, that is something I have truly never seen. Seeing his stunned expression, Zhang Chaoye told him, "Every student at our university lives in a villa. The higher the score, the more luxurious the villa. As a provincial champion, yours is one of the most luxurious, with a total area of over 800 square meters. But you do not need to worry about being lonely. The villa is assigned to 2 people and has 2 floors. You and your roommate each get 1 floor." Hearing this, Xu Jingming thought, a 2-person dorm is not bad. It is better than being completely alone. Before and after transmigrating, I have always been an orphan, so I actually prefer that warm, lively feeling of a 4-person dorm. Not long after they went inside, Zhang Chaoyu said that all his enrollment procedures had been completed. Next, I will explain a few things you need to pay special attention to at our university. There are mainly 2 points: the credit system and the personal mentor system. First is the credit system. At Moju Ability, user university credits are everything. Whether you are eating, buying equipment, or purchasing rare cultivation treasures, you need credits. The purchasing power of 1 credit is roughly equivalent to 10,000 Great Sha dollars. There are many ways to obtain credits. One is the fixed yearly allowance based on your annual rating. For example, your entrance rating is S grade, so this year you can receive 100 credits. Then she clapped her hands and said, "Eva, come out." In the next second, a metal sphere flew over with a whoosh, then looked at Xu Jingming and said, "Student Xu Jingming, current credits 100. Zhang Chaoye then told him, "This is Eva, the artificial intelligence equipped in every dorm. Eva's main body is the university's advanced AI. The ones in the dorms are only its subunits. Although they are subunits, they still meet the standard of a level 4 artificial intelligence, which is more than enough to assist with daily life." Hearing this, Xu Jingming sighed. Even a subunit reaches level 4 AI. Blue Star's technology is far more advanced than my previous world. The second thing you need to pay attention to is our university's personal mentor system. Every student may choose a preferred mentor and request to become their disciple, making that mentor their personal guide. Of course, the mentor has to agree first. Hearing the words personal mentor, Xu Jingming thought he had misheard. "I am only a freshman, yet I can receive one-on-one guidance from a mentor," Zhang Chaoyue told him. That is right. Our university's mentors are all high-rank ability users. Almost every one of them has secret, original combat techniques and ability cultivation methods that can only be learned after becoming their disciple. Modu University has 4 lightning-type mentors in total. Among them, Yang Zhentian, Dean of the Weaponry Academy, is the mentor I most recommend for you. As soon as she finished speaking, Eva had already projected the information in front of Xu Jingming. Yang Zhentian, age 52, Dean of the Weaponry Academy at Maju Ability User University. Upper 7th rank ability user possessing the lightning-type ability, Beacon True Thunder. Skilled in fist techniques, great blades, long spears, long swords, and all kinds of weapons, with the long spear being his strongest. Nicknamed the Thunder Spear, he once fought an 8th rank fierce beast, the earth-grinding python in the wilderness zone, for 3 days and 3 nights, before finally killing it alone. The information on the other 3 mentors was also listed. 2 of them were from the Elemental Academy, while the other was also from the Weaponry Academy, though that mentor mainly used a longsword. The final choice was still up to him. Looking at the panel, Xu Jingming muttered, "Lightning type, strongest with the long spear. Dean Yang really is the best mentor choice for me." In the blink of an eye, Xu Jingming arrived at the mentor's residence, as expected of a mentor's home. It is much more luxurious than the students' villas. But just then, a voice suddenly came from behind him. "Are you here to request a mentor? Wait, you are still only an awakener. Are you a special recruit?" Seeing Xu Jingming nod, the man continued. In previous years, special recruits were usually upper 1st rank, or at least mid-1st rank. I did not expect this year's special recruit to still be an awakener. I am Tan Ming Yang, a junior from the Weaponry Academy. Xu Jingming also told him, "My name is Xu Jingming. I am a freshman and just reported in today." Hearing Xu Jingming's words, the man looked surprised. "You just reported in and already know to seek a mentor. Junior Xu, you move fast. Most freshmen only learn to request mentors after the freshman competition." Then he explained the freshman competition to Xu Jingming. It is a tradition at Maju Ability User University, usually held 3 or 4 days after official registration. At that time, teachers from across the school will come to watch. Freshmen who perform well will be fought over by the academies and may even be accepted directly as a mentor's disciple. Of course, for a special recruit like you, trying in advance is not impossible. But inwardly, he thought, Even for a special recruit, trying to become the dean's disciple right after enrollment is about as difficult as winning the lottery. Most likely, he will just make the trip for nothing. After hearing Tan Ming Yang's explanation, Xu Jingming said, "Thank you for explaining, Senior." "Senior Tan, are you also here to request Teacher Yang as your mentor?" Tan Ming Yang knocked on the door and said, "For the past half year I have come several times, but I have always been turned away. I am almost ready to give up, but I still cannot accept it in my heart." Just then, the front door slowly opened. The butler smiled and said, "Welcome, both of you. Teacher Yang is already waiting inside. Please follow me." Seeing this, Tan Ming Yang was a little stunned. Strange. The last few times I came here, the butler was never this warm, and Teacher Yang is actually waiting inside on purpose. Could today finally be my chance? A moment later, the butler led them into the living room. Looking at the man before him, Xu Jingming sighed inwardly. What a powerful aura. This was Yang Zhentian, Dean of the Weaponry Academy, an upper 7th rank ability user known as the Thunder Spear. Seeing Xu Jingming arrive, Yang Zhentian slowly spoke. "You are Xu Jingming, right? Director Zhang Chaoyue already told me about you in advance. Come with me. I will take you to the training room. Here it comes." Xu Jingming successfully became his disciple and obtained an S-grade cultivation method. He even obtained the blood essence of an 8th rank fierce beast, the Thunder Tyrannosaur, to temper his body. Just moments earlier, Yang Zhentian had brought Xu Jingming to the 2nd floor. "I have watched your martial exam footage. Your real combat ability is indeed very strong, and your spearmanship has reached the advanced level. But before that, I want to personally see your S-rank ability, Zishao Divine Thunder." Hearing this, Xu Jingming nodded and said, "All right." Then he closed his eyes and slowly released the Divine Thunder. In the next second, his entire body emitted several streaks of powerful lightning. Seeing this, Yang Zhentian sighed. "So this is the S-rank ability, Zishao Divine Thunder. Although I also possess a lightning-type ability, Beacon True Thunder, the gap between their lightning origins simply cannot be made up. If this child tempers himself patiently, his future achievements may not be below mine." Thinking this, Yang Zhentian told Xu Jingming, "With your ability potential, becoming my disciple is naturally no problem. However, I have walked this path for half my life. I have many friends, but also many enemies. If you become my disciple, it is hard to guarantee you will not be affected. Some enemies may even target you. Are you still willing?" The moment he finished speaking, Xu Jingming had already knelt on one knee. He called out, "Disciple is willing." At that moment, he thought, "What I admire most are high-rank ability users who grew through blood and battle. The more enemies he has killed, the more it proves my teacher's strength." Seeing that Xu Jingming did not hesitate at all, Yang Zhentian laughed and said, "Good, good, good. From today onward, you are my 32nd disciple. You are also my first S-grade disciple. Rise. This is the top-tier ability cultivation method, the limit ability cultivation method. And this is the body-tempering combat technique I created, Thunder Immortal Body." Looking at the manuals in his hands, Xu Jingming was secretly shocked. It is actually a body-tempering combat technique that can strengthen the physique. Compared with ordinary techniques like lightning gale break, this is far more precious. Yang Zhentian then continued, "There is no need to say much about the ability cultivation method. It is one of the only 3 top-tier ability cultivation methods in the university. The real focus is this body-tempering combat technique. Thunder Immortal Body condenses my life's work, and after joint evaluation by Thunder Martial Arts Hall and Tyrant Bear Martial Arts Hall, it was rated S-grade." Hearing S-grade combat technique, Xu Jingming froze completely because he knew very well that just like abilities, combat techniques also had their own grades. The higher the grade, the harder it was to cultivate, but the stronger its final power. Most 7th rank grandmasters would already be impressive if they could create an A-grade combat technique. Yet Teacher Yang had not only created an S-grade technique, but also the most complex kind, a body-tempering technique involving the secrets of the human body. His martial talent was simply terrifying. Seeing Xu Jingming's shock, Yang Zhentian smiled faintly and told him, "Thunder Immortal Body is only suitable for lightning-type ability users to cultivate. It has 13 levels, and every advancement will transform your physique accordingly. However, if you want to cultivate it, you must first become a true ability user. Go. After you advance using the limit ability cultivation method, come find me again. When the time comes, I will personally help you build the foundation for Thunder Immortal Body." Hearing this, Xu Jingming hurriedly bowed and called out, "Thank you, teacher." At that moment, he was beyond excited. As expected, having a mentor's guidance is much better. Otherwise, who knows how many detours I would take alone. Watching Xu Jingming leave Yang Zhentian, felt a trace of expectation rise in his heart. He thought, Thunder Immortal Body has only been cultivated by me to the 10th level. For the remaining 3 levels, I have been stuck for years without progress. If I cannot climb to the peak of 9th rank in this lifetime, then you may be my greatest hope for proving this technique, because according to my calculations, once it is cultivated to perfection, the physique can truly reach an eternal, indestructible state. A moment later, the butler escorted Xu Jingming out of the mansion. Seeing Tan Mingyang sitting by the door, Xu Jingming asked, Senior Tan, what happened to you? Do not even mention it. Did you see that handsome senior in the living room just now? He is Senior Lu, one of Dean Yang's disciples. I have to defeat Senior Lu while he uses only 1/10 of his strength before I meet the standard to become a disciple. Looks like I have no chance in this life. By the way, you failed too, right? Dean Yang's lineage is not easy to enter. Do you need me to share some experience? But Xu Jingming said, No need, senior. I already passed. Hearing this, Tan Mingyang sighed inwardly. Wait, he really succeeded. I have never heard of a dean-level mentor accepting a disciple before the freshman competition. Is he the principal's son? But he does not look like it. Just who exactly is this guy? The scene shifted. Xu Jingming was cultivating in the second-floor training room of his dorm. As expected of a top-tier ability cultivation method, the source energy I can sense is far greater than with the intermediate cultivation method. Since I have already mastered this method, there is no need to cultivate step by step. I will just add points in advance directly. Then Xu Jingming summoned the system and said, Add points. Raise my level. In the next second, countless streams of energy gradually gathered around Xu Jingming. As the energy entered his body, he felt an unprecedented pain. Instinctively, Xu Jingming clenched his teeth and gripped his body tightly. A moment later, a burst of energy suddenly erupted from within him. After gasping for breath several times, Xu Jingming sighed. I finally broke through from awakener to ability user. Once he recovered, he tested his lightning attribute himself. As expected of a top-tier ability cultivation method, I can feel that the power in my body and my ability have increased by at least 4 or 5 times. If I ran into that second-rank, bloodthirsty tyrant bear again, I probably would not even need my spear. My thunder alone could kill it. No wonder ability users all want higher-grade cultivation methods. If I had broken through using the Farsi ability cultivation method, my vitality and spirit would probably have only increased by 30 or 40 points at most. But now, they rose by almost 100 points in one breath. The difference is simply too huge. Advancing only cost me 300 ability points. I will save the rest for now, leaving enough ability points for learning combat techniques later. For example, this Thunder Immortal Body is even more important than the cultivation method. As an S-grade combat technique, while its power increase is incredible, its ability point consumption must be terrifying too. I wonder how long it will take to fully comprehend it. Time flew, and the next day Xu Jingming went to his teacher's house again. After hearing what he said, Yang Zhentian looked shocked and said, This fast? I have taught at Modu University for 20 years and seen countless geniuses. Even the best among those geniuses spent quite a bit of time transforming into true ability users back then. But from the moment you received the manual until now, it has been less than 24 hours, right? Hearing this, Xu Jingming awkwardly scratched his head. He said, Maybe advancement speed is the only thing I can be proud of. But when it comes to cultivating Teacher's Thunder Immortal Body, the foundation building part is really difficult. Hearing his confusion, Yang Zhentian told him, so-called foundation building means using lightning-type fierce beast blood as the catalyst, then using your own lightning ability to temper your muscles and bones. The final strength of Thunder Immortal Body is closely tied to the grade of lightning-type fierce beast blood, used to build the foundation at the very beginning. Since you have already advanced successfully, then today, I will help you forge the foundation of Thunder Immortal Body. High-rank lightning-type fierce beasts are extremely rare. What I originally prepared for you was the essence blood of a 7th-rank storm giant bear I personally killed years ago. But I heard from Zhang Chaoyue that you can receive 1 S-grade resource every year, so I made the decision for you and combined both resources. From the principal, I obtained an SS-grade resource, the essence blood of an 8th-rank Thunder Tyrannosaur. Looking at the blood essence in his hand, Xu Jingming was so moved he did not know what to say. Trembling, he said, Teacher, you and the principal have actually done this much for me. I will repay this enormous kindness many times over in the future. Seeing this, Yang Zhentian patted him and said, It is good that you have that heart. No need to delay. Let us begin. The scene shifted to the second-floor training room, where Yang Zhentian had already poured the golden blood over Xu Jingming. Endure it. Thunder Tyrannosaur Essence Blood is like poison to low-rank ability users, so intense pain is normal. Next, I will use my beacon true thunder to shape your immortal foundation. How much you can absorb will depend entirely on you. With that Yang Zhentian, shouted beacon true thunder, several streaks of crimson lightning struck directly toward Xu Jingming's back. In an instant, violent pain spread through every part of his body. In the end, Xu Jingming could no longer hold back and let out a roar. This man's strength could rank in the top 20 across the entire Chuan province. Yet against Modu University's power test, he could not even enter the top 100,000. Just moments earlier, Liu Ming was drinking tea and said, "Uncle Fu, this is already the 5th day, right? This new junior brother Xu can endure surprisingly well. Comparing people really can drive someone mad. Back then, I only lasted 2 days before I could not take it anymore. And what I used was only essence blood from a lower 7th rank fierce beast. Junior brother Xu's performance truly deserves that essence blood from an 8th rank dragon-type fierce beast, especially with his S-rank lightning ability. I am actually looking forward to seeing junior brother Xu's thunder immortal body." Just then, a roar suddenly came from upstairs. Seeing this, Liu Ming hurried upstairs and said, "Junior brother's foundation has been forged successfully." But just as he leaned by the door to peek inside, Xu Jingming's entire body was giving off an aura that made people tremble. Looking at him, Liu Ming sighed. This sense of threat, like a top-tier fierce beast, is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. At the same time, Xu Jingming suddenly turned and saw him. In the next second, he shot toward Liu Ming with a whoosh. Seeing this, Yang Zhentian hurriedly shouted, "Jingming, wake up!" Only then did Xu Jingming stop in time. Then he said, in alarm, "Teacher, what happened to me just now? Why did I suddenly feel the urge to destroy everything?" Yang Zhentian told him. "It was probably the Thunder Tyrannosaur essence blood affecting your mind. Thunder Tyrannosaurs are famous for their violence, and your absorption efficiency and compatibility were too high, which caused this side effect. But you do not need to worry. As long as your emotions do not fluctuate too violently, nothing will happen. As your strength improves, the side effect will gradually disappear." Hearing his teacher's words, Xu Jingming finally relaxed and said, "That is good. I do not want to be controlled by my emotions and do something I can never take back." Yang Zhentian then smiled and said, "I am very pleased." This foundation forging was nearly perfect, with an absorption rate as high as 98%. Among the more than 20 disciples I taught Thunder Immortal Body to, the previous highest was only 92%. You broke the record I have kept for so many years. Hearing this result, Liu Ming beside them happily said, "Congratulations, junior brother. You have successfully forged the foundation of Thunder Immortal Body. Your martial path ahead is wide open." This is your senior brother Liu Ming, a peak 3rd rank ability user. If there is anything you do not understand in cultivation, you can also ask him. Hearing his teacher's introduction, Xu Jingming quickly greeted him and said, "Hello, senior brother Liu." In the next second, Liu Ming took out his phone and said, "I did not prepare anything for you, so I will transfer you some credits as my welcome gift." Looking at the message on his phone, Xu Jingming was shocked and quickly said, 200 credits, senior brother. This is way too much. He thought, just a welcome gift is worth 2 million Great Xia dollars. But Yang Zhentian advised him, "It is only 200 credits. For your senior brother Liu, that is not much. Senior brothers are supposed to look after junior brothers. When you have junior brothers and sisters someday, you will also need to prepare welcome gifts. You have gone 5 days without food or drink while forging your foundation, so go back and rest well first. Come back tomorrow morning and learn fist techniques and spearmanship with your senior brother Liu." The scene shifted. Xu Jingming had returned to his dorm. Looking at the person playing games in front of the television, Xu Jingming was briefly stunned. Then that person greeted him and said, "You must be my roommate. Hello, I am Lu Wentao. Nice to meet you." "Hello, I am Xu Jingming." Hearing the name Xu Jingming, Liu Wentao suddenly remembered. "You are the provincial champion from Jiangnan province. My nickname is Know-It-All. I know information on most of the freshmen in our year. I did not specifically dig into your details, but the commotion you caused was so huge that I still heard plenty. Jiangnan province's Dark Horse champion. I never thought I would not only meet you in person, but that you would also be my roommate." "Right. Are you really from a regular city in Jiangnan province? Were you really still an awakener during the college entrance exam? And no matter how I look at it, your ability does not seem first rank." Hearing him fire off one question after another, Xu Jingming sighed inwardly. "My new roommate is actually a chatterbox. Is he naturally this familiar with people? Honestly, I kind of like it because I have always hated loneliness, both in this life and in my previous one." At that moment, Xu Jingming recalled his past life. "I grew up in an orphanage. No one adopted me, and I never had a real sense of belonging. School was better since I had many friends around me. The happiest time and the one I missed most was university, joking around with my roommates every day and teaming up to play games. After that, I went on to earn my master's and doctorate. Who would have thought I would drink too much at graduation, wake up and end up in this world? I never expected that after transmigrating, I would still be an orphan. But with a roommate like this, life should not feel lonely anymore. Liu Wentao was still talking non-stop. I am ranked 20th in Chuan province with a spirit-type ability, and I was admitted to the Tactical Academy. In the future, I will command an army of millions and wipe out every fierce beast on Blue Star. Seeing that he showed no sign of stopping, Xu Jingming said, "All right, enough talking. I need to make a trip to the martial arts hall later." The moment Liu Wentao heard martial arts hall, he became even more excited. I am going too. I have not visited Modu University's martial arts hall yet. In the blink of an eye, the two arrived at Thunder Martial Arts Hall, Moju Ability User, University Branch. Looking at the scene before him, Liu Wentao opened his mouth wide and sighed. This place is really lively. Haha, my C-grade combat technique Blazing Flame is finally mastered. So what if you mastered it? You still cannot break through my metallized skin. You are all trash. With my triple giant form, I can slap every one of you into the wall. Inside the martial arts hall, Eva told him, "This is our public training hall. It can accommodate 300 people training at the same time. The entire hall is forged from C-grade alloy mixed with skill metal, so there is no need to worry about abilities or combat techniques causing damage. Of course, if needed, you may also choose a private training room." Looking around, Liu Wentao sighed. Good grief. Are these people competing to see who is stronger? Each one is making more noise than the last. Eva, what are those pillars for? Eva told him. Those are our strength challenge rankings. There are 5 leaderboards in total, corresponding to 1st rank through 5th rank ability users. Would you two like to try? If you enter the top 3,000, you can receive a reward of 50 credits. Hearing that there was a reward for reaching the top 3,000, Liu Wentao said, "It is that easy." At that moment, he thought, Modu University only has a little over 4,000 students in total. Then I will give it a try. Eva then told him, "You only need to swipe your student card on the pillar to begin the challenge." However, the full strength challenge does not allow the use of abilities or combat techniques. After Liu Wentao swiped his card with a beep, a voice suddenly rang through the martial arts hall. Announcement: Liu Wentao student number 203701256 has begun the full strength challenge. Everyone cheer for him. Seeing this, the crowd all looked over. Someone started a strength challenge. Haha, judging by his aura, he is only a lower 1st rank ability user. Looks like a freshman. Now this should be fun. Seeing this, even chatterbox Liu Wentao felt a little nervous. Starting a challenge makes this much noise. With so many people watching, I cannot embarrass myself. Thinking this, he threw a punch and shouted, landing a solid blow on the testing device. Strength 476 kilograms. Excellent performance. Hearing this result, Liu Wentao thought, good, at least I did not embarrass myself. Getting into the top 3,000 should not be a problem. But in the next second, the broadcast announced, "Unfortunately, your strength ranking is beyond 100,000. Hearing this, Liu Wentao cried out, "What? Beyond 100,000? Does Modu University not only have a little over 4,000 students?" Eva told him, "This ranking includes the results of all students since Moju Ability User University was founded 100 years ago. It is not limited to the current class." This completely crushed Liu Wentao, and he cursed, "What a scam. No wonder everyone was looking at me. They were waiting to laugh." At that moment, the entire martial arts hall burst into laughter. Beyond 100,000. That is killing me. Even when I was a freshman, I was not that far down. Look at his face turning red. It is bright as a tomato. He is definitely a freshman. Seeing how embarrassed he looked, Xu Jingming comforted him. "Do not take it to heart. You are a spirit-type ability user, so raw physical strength was never your specialty." Hearing this, Liu Wentao turned back with a smile and said, "Thanks for the comfort. Are you going to try the challenge too? If you go up, you will definitely do better than me." Hearing that Xu Jingming planned to try, Liu Wentao quickly shouted, "Good luck. The honor of our dorm is all on you now. Welcome student Xu Jingming, student number 203701204, beginning the full strength challenge." Everyone cheer for him. As the broadcast sounded again, the crowd began discussing. Another person started a challenge. This one's strength is even lower. He only looks like a lower 1st rank ability user. Lower 1st rank. Whether he can even hit 400 kilograms is hard to say. Wait, this name sounds a little familiar. At that moment, Xu Jingming looked at his panel. He thought, after advancing to a 1st rank ability user and spending 5 days and 5 nights forging my body tempering foundation, what level has my strength reached? Let this punch reveal the answer. Thinking this, Xu Jingming fully stretched his arm. In the next second, he threw a full power punch straight into the device. This man, on his very first test, broke a school record that had stood for 10 years. In techniques others needed half a year to learn, he mastered 4 sets in one afternoon. Just moments earlier, Xu Jingming's fist had landed solidly on the device. Then a voice rang through the hall. Full strength, 4,589 kilograms. Peak full strength. Congratulations, you have broken the record. The panel clearly showed first place Xu Jingming, full strength, 4,589 kilograms. Second place, Luo Yang, full strength, 4,321 kilograms. Third place, Chen Dehai, full strength, 4,122 kilograms. Seeing this result, the entire hall was stunned, and everyone cried out, "Damn!" The strength record was actually broken. More than 4,500 kilograms. Can a lower first-rank ability user really hit that? One punch could turn me into paste, and you are telling me this guy is a freshman. Even the girls looked shocked and said, "I heard everyone in the top 1,000 on this ranking is an era-leading figure. If he is first, how terrifying will his future achievements be?" The record on the first pillar had stood for over 10 years. I have to record this historic moment. Liu Wentao, meanwhile, shouted excitedly, "Bro, you are my real brother from now on. From today on, I am following you. Wherever you go, I go." Xu Jingming sighed inwardly. This result is much better than I expected. The Thunder Tyrannosaur really is highly compatible with me. The improvement is immediate. Just then Eva said, "Congratulations, student Xu Jingming, for breaking the record. The reward of 400 credits has been issued to your student account." Hearing this, Xu Jingming smiled and said, "Not bad. If I break the record again next time, can I still get credits?" Eva told him, "At the same rank. Only the first record break grants a credit reward. You can challenge the other pillars to earn new reward credits." Looking over, Xu Jingming knew the other 4 pillars corresponded to second rank, through 5th rank ability users. Then I will break those later. But before he could think further, several girls had already gathered around him. "Junior Xu, is this your first time here? Come on, let your senior sister teach you how to use the equipment, Junior. Our club is recruiting right now, so come join us." Seeing this, Xu Jingming quickly grabbed Liu Wentao and said, "Let us go. We should use a private training room instead." The scene shifted. Liu Ming was reporting to Yang Zhentian, "Teacher Junior, Brother Xu is trending on the campus forum. He broke the full-strength test record with more than 4,500 kilograms. Junior Brother's physical strength is honestly ridiculous." Hearing this, Yang Zhentian was pleased inside. But he still said aloud, instead of resting properly, why did he run off to the martial arts hall to show off? Liu Ming thought to himself, "Back when I was upper first rank, with the first level of Thunder Immortal Body, my full-strength test was only a little over 3,500 kilograms. This Junior Brother Xu is stronger than me by far." Meanwhile, someone was staring at his phone and cursing, "Damn it! Xu Jingming actually came to Modu too. He made me miss out on becoming Jiangnan Province champion and turned me into a laughingstock in Ning'an City. This time, I will take back every bit of glory that should have been mine." Xu Jingming, meanwhile, was smiling inside the training room. He thought, "After gaining Thunder Immortal Body, even after 5 days and nights without food or rest, I am still full of energy. This body tempering technique makes my skin's defense comparable to first-grade alloy. To ordinary people, this would basically count as being blade and bulletproof, as expected of an S-grade body tempering combat technique." Just then, Liu Wentao suddenly rushed over and shouted, "Bro Ming, your record-breaking test has exploded on the campus forum. A lot of people are posting that they want to challenge you." Hearing this, Xu Jingming chuckled. Modu University's martial atmosphere really is intense. Liu Wentao said angrily, "Bro Ming, I will roast all those overconfident fools for you." But Xu Jingming stopped him and said, "Forget it. Do not waste time. I still need to visit the combat technique library. You can head back to the dorm yourself." In the blink of an eye, Xu Jingming had arrived at the university's combat technique library. At the entrance, he realized the rumors about the library were true. This place really was under the control of a space-type ability vice principal. With protection like this, even a 9th-rank martial saint would not be able to seize the treasures inside. After marveling at how powerful it was, Xu Jingming took out his student card and swiped it. Then he slowly walked into the spatial barrier. As soon as he entered, he saw 3 girls standing in the hall with smiles on their faces. "S-grade student Xu Jingming, welcome to the Combat Technique Library. Is there anything we can help you with?" Seeing that they knew him, Xu Jingming was briefly stunned. The girl explained, "You are a student with S-grade authority, which allows you to browse every combat technique in the library. You are a special authority holder. The moment you swiped your student card, we received the notification." In her heart, however, she understood clearly that S-grade authority meant limitless potential. In the future, he would at least become a Grandmaster-level ability user, so they had to build a good relationship. After hearing her explanation, Xu Jingming understood. I want to read combat techniques for lightning-type abilities. Which floor should I go to? The girl told him, B grade and below are in the public reading rooms on the 2nd and 3rd floors. More precious ones must be selected in the 4th floor reading room. You only need to swipe your card to enter. This way, please. I will take you up. All right, thank you, teacher. After going upstairs, Eva said, once you choose a combat technique online, we will bring you the original manual. Since original manuals for B grade and above combat techniques are extremely precious, please be very careful while reading them. Xu Jingming then ordered her to display all lightning-type combat techniques of B grade and above. In the next second, countless combat techniques appeared before him. Myriad Thunder Shadow SSS grade centered on lightning-type abilities. It can create a thunderstorm domain with a maximum diameter of 80 kilometers. Note this technique is limited to lightning-type ability users of B rank or above. Only ability users at 5th rank or higher may learn it. Wrath of the Thunder God. SS grade calls down divine punishment like thunder with terrifying power. Note this technique is limited to lightning-type ability users of C rank or above, and only ability users at 4th rank or higher may learn it. Xu Jingming was stunned on the spot inside SS grade techniques, even SSS grade techniques. As expected, a top university's combat technique collection is incredibly rich. Am I really allowed to read these for free? Unfortunately, cultivation has requirements for ability type and rank. Right now, I can only learn 1st rank techniques. Offensive, defensive, movement, support, body tempering, and all kinds of strange combat techniques were everywhere. Good thing I have a great teacher. Otherwise, choosing would be a nightmare. Luckily, teacher had already made me a recommendation list, which saves a lot of time. After that, he followed Yang Zhentian's instructions and chose 4 combat techniques. Thunder Spear 1st rank gathers thunder and condenses it into a long spear. Chain Thunder Spear 1st rank uses a lightning-wrapped spear to continuously strike the enemy's vital points. During the attacks, thunder accumulates inside the enemy's body, then detonates at the end of the technique. Thunder Flash 1st rank erupts with lightning to dash a short distance in a chosen direction. Thunder Prison 1st rank condenses a cage of lightning to lock enemies in place. Looking at these 4 techniques, Xu Jingming felt a surge of joy. Thunder Spear is for long-range attacks. Chain Thunder Spear is for heavy offense. Thunder Flash is a movement technique, and Thunder Prison controls the battlefield. With these 4 techniques combined, plus Thunder Immortal Body, I almost have no obvious weakness. At the same time, Eva reminded him, it has been detected that you selected 4 A-grade combat techniques. On average, each technique takes 6 months to learn to beginner level. It is recommended that you reasonably pair them with other lower-grade techniques. But Xu Jingming said directly, no need, this is fine. A moment later, the young lady brought over 4 books. She said, Student Xu, your combat techniques. Looking at the books on the table, Xu Jingming's heart surged because he knew very well that on the market C-grade and B-grade combat techniques sold for millions or even tens of millions. A-grade techniques were even priceless, yet now there were 4 at once. What luxury. The moment he opened one, Xu Jingming felt a profound and mysterious intent in aura. No wonder A-grade combat techniques can only be learned from the original manual. Copies and transcripts cannot carry this kind of lingering intent through time. In the blink of an eye, it was past 7 in the evening, and Xu Jingming finally finished reading them all. In the next second, he directly called out system add points. Then came a string of system notifications. 200 ability points consumed. Thunder Spear learned to beginner level. 200 ability points consumed. Chain Thunder Spear learned to beginner level. 200 ability points consumed. Thunder Flash learned to beginner level. 200 ability points consumed. Thunder Prison learned to beginner level. After it was done, Xu Jingming looked at his panel and smiled faintly. Name Xu Jingming. Level lower 1st rank ability user. Ability Zichao Divine Thunder S rank. Physique 391, Vitality and Spirit 289. Skills, Spearmanship Advanced Level, Thunder Spear Beginner Level, Chain Thunder Spear Beginner Level, Thunder Flash Beginner Level, Thunder Prison Beginner Level, Lightning Gale Break Advanced Level, Body Tempering Thunder Immortal Body First Level. Ability points 1,434. At that moment he thought, I actually have this many combat techniques now. I wonder which lucky person will be the first to taste the power of this full set of techniques. This man had thought a score of over 9,300 would be enough to win the provincial championship. But he never expected a monster like Xu Jingming to appear out of nowhere. Just moments earlier, when Xu Jingming returned to the dorm, night had already fallen. Liu Wentao told him, Bro Ming, Eva came by with a notice. Tomorrow morning at 9, there will be a freshman assembly at sports field number 1. Also, a freshman group chat has been created. You should join it. Right. Bro Ming, what grade of combat techniques did you choose? After joining the group, Xu Jingming said calmly, just 4 A-grade techniques. Hearing this, Liu Wentao froze on the spot. He thought A-grade techniques in 4 of them, even sophomores and juniors, might not learn that many. As expected of Bro Ming, he never takes the ordinary path. Then he asked, if you can browse A-grade techniques, then Bro Ming, you must have A-grade authority, right? But to his surprise, Xu Jingming told him, not A-grade, S-grade. Hearing this, Liu Wentao shot to his feet and cried out, what S-grade? Our school actually has authority above A-grade. Why do you have S-grade authority? Could it be that you are not the E-grade people claimed online?